Okay, so picking up where we left off last time in Renascence, the slightly less formal recap. You guys had touched base with the bartender Riley and followed up on the potential opening that she had to kind of get you in with the elders. She had a friend who needed help, and that friend had a connection. And that friend turned out to be a local artist, a sculptor named Lee Barris, who was the primary sculptor behind the altar statues for the local shrine to Alice. So, touching base with her, you guys found out that her toolkit had gone missing, a very beloved and important item for a sculptor. And your investigation revealed some strange clues. Bizarre scents that started and stopped erratically, uh, peculiar oily residue, and uh, between two locate object spells, you were able to triangulate the position of this toolbox as probably being somewhere in the vicinity of the local Gatewatch station. Your investigation revealed this station to be largely abandoned by its previous inhabitants. However, Aloran had discovered that there were a number of strange creatures squatting in the basement on top of a large hoard of stolen goods. So, you guys hatched a plan to storm the keep and take them by surprise, and it worked swimmingly. You guys
It worked so well,
disarmed.
we felt bad.
Yeah, I think you thunked one guy in the head and he started crying, and that was kind of the end of the fighting.
Nope.
Your plan worked very, very well, and you were able to basically take these guys totally by surprise, constrain them, and basically force a parlay. And over the course of your conversation with them, you learned that they worked for an entity called the Gatekeeper. This was some powerful fae deep in the jungle that had some sort of relationship with the town of Gladham. The items that they had taken were taken at her instruction as a form of retaliation against the people of Gladham for failing to meet her demands. So, you agreed to pass along a message to the elders, and after returning the toolkit to Riley, to Lee, and speaking with her associate Lorne, the priest who attended the shrine of Alice, you guys were set up with a meeting with the elders of Gladham. You met four of these figures, three of which you have names for. They were Merakian, Kira, and Ginlamine. And over the course of your conversation with them, learned that they were aware of the Fae acting up in the city, as they had had a long-standing arrangement with the Gatekeeper that had recently changed for some reason. She had demanded the companion, where she had not required so much before, and the fallout of that request led the elders to refuse any further demands for further companionship, which led to the present state of affairs. So, over the course of this talk, you guys came to a decision that you would journey into the jungle and confront this gatekeeper, hopefully finding a peaceful way to resolve this dispute. And the elders had said that they would do whatever they could to assist you, in the hopes that you would be able to assist them in turn. So, we are picking up as the party is leaving the Elder House. I believe that there was a discussion about splitting up to tackle two separate conversations. Some of the party wanted to go speak with Adlar, again, regarding the jungle and navigating it. And some of you wanted to go talk to an individual named Doto, who was the one young man who had been sent into the jungle as a potential companion to the Gatekeeper, who was markedly changed by the interaction and returned a very, very different man. So, what is the plan going forward, and are there any questions before we begin? Any clarification that I can offer? Because I know we covered a lot last week.
I think I've got a pretty good sense of things at this point. I was gonna ask, because we sort of sped through the ending of last session because it was getting late.
That's fair.
In the interest of not looking like idiots, could we have just agreed to go talk to Mr. Dodo today, because that was the plan anyway, rather than having like walked out and now we need to go back and talk to the guard to get back inside so that we can talk to the others?
I think you guys had planned on that being the case.
Okay.
That you were going to go speak with Dodo. They said that a meeting could be set up for you.
Okay.
So.
I wasn't sure where we left that.
Yeah. So we'll definitely say that as you guys are kind of heading out, a guard has been sent with you to kind of lead you to this address whenever you guys are ready to head out.
Okay.
And
then
so
that was me and
if
Burberry.
I remember correctly, it was Noel and Burberry going to talk to the guy that got old lady shagged, and me and the other two going to talk to the forest dude.
Adlar.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think that's where we're starting.
Alright, cool. Well then, splitting up, I guess that means Aloran and Burberry are the highest alphabet members of their respective teams, so we'll say, excuse me. Yeah, that was a burp. 1 and 3 is Aloran, 2 and 4 is Burberry, and that's a 3. Alright, we'll start with Aloran and her posse here. Aloran, Barnaby, and John want to go speak with Adlar.
What are we actually going to ask him about? Like, we should figure that out before we talk to him.
I think the plan was to see if he will come into the jungle with us. Is kind of what I was going with, so we have a guide. So that hopefully we don't get lost. But, what's the guy's name? He wants us. Oh yeah, here it is. There's a dwarf that owes him money called Jank. And he wants his money back really bad, and he's mentioned. Oh,
no,
Janet?
It wasn't. I remember specifically, it wasn't about the money, it was about driving home a pawn.
Yeah.
Because I offered to pay him just what he owed. And he was like, no, it's not about the money, it's about teaching him a lesson.
Yeah, I feel like if we don't do this point thing, he's not going to be very willing to help us.
Well, that'd be
so then we're not going to talk to him, we're going to talk to the dwarf.
Yeah, I think we should first probably go find this dwarf and talk to him and be like, yo, pay up.
Yo, we need to use this dude, so pay up so we can use this dude.
Alright, so Lauren has good charisma, so she can definitely try to persuade the guy.
It's not just paying, it's about roughing him up. That's exactly what I wanted.
Worst case scenario is that I can intimidate him.
Yes.
Very
so
much.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, good cop, bad cop. So we got one person like, come on, man. Like, we don't want to start shit. Like, just give this guy his money, or
I think
you're going to regret it.
Right, actually. Like, I'm not in this
big
scene, but he did not give a shit about the money.
You guys haven't left yet.
Oh, okay.
Necessarily.
Well, no.
Y'all can still be planning together.
The point was that he has to pay him. It wasn't about that he got the money. It was that the dwarf paid him the money.
No, it wasn't about that. It was specifically about
he wanted to teach this guy a lesson.
To clarify, John, I think, has it more accurately. Like,
okay.
It was about the principle of the thing. He wanted Yannick to pay up what he owed.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember this conversation, and he only said rough him up if you have to.
Yeah, it's not about roughing him up. It's about making him pay what he owes.
Yeah, and then I remember the last conversation I had with him, he even mentioned to Aloran that his pocket was still light. So he was talking about the money not being there. That's why I was like, no, pretty sure.
Okay. Well, if you guys think for Yannick first, or Yannick, what was his name?
Yeah. I feel like we could do good cop, bad cop, and then Alorn will be good cop because she's good with persuasion. And if he doesn't listen to reason, she turns into a bear and scares the shit out of him.
I don't think there's a need to go to bear for me yet. I think we can have John intimidate if necessary.
And if that doesn't work, Alorn.
And then if that doesn't work, then a bear can come along.
Okay, dope. Sounds like a plan. Let's go find this dwarf guy.
Okay, and Noella Burry will just watch as the trio head off down the street.
Everyone has their
so-
own way of getting through things.
Don't
I
judge
almost
me.
wish I was watching it, but I'm also kind of glad that I'm not.
Please do not rip off his head.
Yes, we
No
don't want to be
promises.
arrested for,
well,
would that be murder by association?
And they're gone.
I think John will happily not allow the heads to be ripped off.
Yannick is in God's hands now.
The bear's hands. You
Sure.
mean.
All right. So you guys are heading off down the road across the summer square. Where do you guys want to go looking for Yannick?
I feel like that first time we spoke to him, he gave us like an idea of where he would be at. I think he was gonna. I didn't write it down because I'm a dummy, but I feel like he was like by the docks.
In your defense, you didn't think you'd be doing it.
Yeah, I did not plan on doing this. So,
Fair enough.
DM, am I correct with thinking that he's at a location by the docks?
You would be correct. Yes.
Okay.
As you have seen during your time here on Gladham now for nearly a week that you've been here, the main city is primarily elvish, with a handful of human families here and there. Most of like the diverse sort of populace of the island lives along the dock, as they're almost all outsiders to Gladham. So dwarf, safe bet, he's going to be by the docks. So heading down that direction, back along Main Street, out of the Summer Square, to the waterfront of Port Scepter, stepping out onto the wooden walkways of the piers, looking over the ships being loaded and unloaded, their tackles being realigned and other shipping terms. You look around, and there's a nice wide variety of people out here. It's midday, the dock is bustling with workers, loading and unloading cargo, ship crews, tending to their ships, as well as, a decent number of vendors, manning wagons and open cargo crates, hawking wares. There's even a decent-sized crowd visible in the windows and in the sort of the front enclosures of most of the local taverns, as it is about lunchtime. Decent number of dwarves intermixed into all those folks. Where do you want to start?
Can I do a perception check to smell debt?
What does debt smell like to John?
Specific type of sweat.
Can you describe that for me? Because if so, maybe.
Desperation.
What does desperation smell like, John? Give me something concrete. Something I've smelled before.
Cheap booze.
Cheap booze, salt,
Can-
sweat, because they're sweating all the time because
God.
they're nervous.
If you want to smell the
You
cheap
smell that
booze
everywhere
around the
here.
dock, you're gonna smell it everywhere.
You smell cheap booze, salt, and sweat everywhere. That is the primary smell of Port Scepter. Scent may not be your best way of locating this man.
Can
You could like
Can
ask
I
someone.
do- a perception?
Might be
No,
Fuck
no,
that.
it's too easy.
We're gonna eyeball him.
Can I do a perception and try to see if I see like a large outhanging of dwarves? Like,
A decent sized grouping of them somewhere. Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Give me a perception check, Aloran.
Oh, I got an 18 plus 7. 25.
Jesus.
Nothing escapes her
Tell
eye.
me I see everything.
Clearly,
I found him.
you know,
I found him.
This was not how I intended for you to
Realizes what
find him,
that
so I
feels
set
like.
this internally as a 25. I was like, fuck it, sure. He's with a bunch of dwarves. I should find him at a 20. All right. DC 25, you pass it. Sure enough, looking around, you do see down one of the piers, there is a very large group of
I have a question.
dwarves tending dock over there, operating a crane and loading up a cargo ship under the direction of a single dwarf who seems to be sort of holding court, standing over it all on top of a crane, kind of directing traffic along the pier. Seems like a good place to start. What's up?
Can we refer to a group of dwarves as a beard?
A beard of dwarves.
Yep.
I would also accept tankard, but yeah, beard is good.
Okay.
Sure. So there's a beard of dwarves unloading a ship nearby. Decent number of them, probably like 15 to 20. So heading over there. I'll take that as a yes. Okay. As you approach, you can hear the sort of the director of this little operation kind of shouting orders over their heads. It's like, let it down easy this time, mate, all right? And you watch as the crane just slowly lowers another crate onto the deck with a gentle lurch. He's like, that's better. More like that, please. He'll kind of turn around and catch sight of you guys standing and watching. Aye, careful there. We're working. What do you want?
Dwarves Irish?
They've always been like a ish of some kind.
I mean,
Scottish
they've
Irish.
always been
Kind of
they've
falls
always
in-
been potatoes, so that makes sense.
You got your mouth about potatoes, lad.
Dwarves
Alright,
are potatoes with beards. Scottish people are potatoes with beards and anger.
They've got that too.
The dwarves also
Yeah.
Irish.
If you're
They're
done
nothing
gawking, we're
but
working here. Step off, lads.
Complex.
I was,
Easy with that one.
I was wondering, perchance you knew a fellow named Janik?
Yannick. Yeah,
Yannick.
that's me.
Oh, hi. Pleasure to meet you. I heard that you like to play card games.
And you are
Lori.
Lori. Pretty name.
Thank you.
Who are your friends?
Oh, this is Jonathan
Lori, Jonathan, and
And- Barn.
and Barn.
Barnaby.
You can see him like biting his lip, just wide-eyed, like, cool, this is my afternoon. Well, Lori, Barn, Jonathan, what can I do for y'all?
Do you have a lunch break soon?
Yeah. Give me like half an hour here. Let's get this deck finished, and I can get with you then. How's that sound? Good. All right.
Sounds good.
Back up. You are very much in the way. And he is just waving you away and directing another two-wheeler past you guys with a very hefty crate. And y'all watch as this army of dwarves more or less dismantles the inside of the ship and just fucking guts it. I mean, there is a lot of cargo in here, and they move very efficiently. Half an hour later, these stinky,
Wait, real
sweaty
quick.
dwarves.
Real quick, before this half an hour passes,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Barnaby and John.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell them that I think we should play some card games with him at lunch and try to have a decent conversation with him and be like, hey, and then get him to pay the money that way.
Oh, exactly. Card
Then-
games.
Well, neither am I, but we're gonna go for it, man.
Oh Jesus! All right, cool.
All right, but I'm not
that
going
we
to bet
don't-
very much. Just giving you a heads up.
That's fair. I don't want to bet much either. I just thinking like, what's the most amicable way to talk to this guy? Get him to be like, okay, these guys are chill, and then just like mention the money he owes, and just be like, we're reasonable people, you know. We're playing cards, we're having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Or we
Anyway,
could just straight out say it.
yeah.
Get it over
Well, we're
with.
also doing it in the middle of the day, and if we have to threaten him, it'd be better if we could do it in a location where there's not so many people around, or we're not just out in the open where anybody can see us.
Boy, you don't think he would be averse to people knowing that he's basically a debtor that owes money and doesn't want to pay it?
I don't know. I feel like what we're doing could be a little shady, so just it could be considered mildly shade. So
What's shady about getting people to pay their money?
As you guys are having your conversation, you will notice over the course of this half hour that Yannick does kind of glance over every now and then just to kind of lock eyes with somebody in your party and nod, just be like, yeah, I see you still, and acknowledge that you're still there.
oh, maybe we should practice some cards while we're here. Do you guys want to play Go Fish? Do you think that's what they play?
I'm sure that's what they play.
That's a good idea. Barnaby gets out his fishing pole and goes fishing.
That was hurtful, Barn. I'm gonna call you Barn now. You upset me.
You said go fish, so I'm going fishing.
Oh,
What's there to
no,
get?
I'm talking about like the card game Go Fish. Like practice the cards, so we don't get our ass beat. Yeah. Or maybe we just lose 25 like gold pieces, and then he uses that to pay back.
Like,
That's
I honestly, I feel like Barnaby probably gambled a lot back home.
Nope. He's
Really?
not a gambler.
Inside check.
I'd feel like that would be part of your family shenanigans. He's probably like master gambler, and he's just trying to hide it.
They bet chores around the farm.
shit. I'd do that.
I'll bet you a week of churning butter on this hand. I'll raise you a cow milking deal. All right, so
I mean, you want an inside check. What's their inside?
I'm the DM. I don't get inside checks.
Oh, I'm saying
I got
John
I
did.
got a 5.
Wait, let me roll insight. Shit, why not? Let's see if Barnaby
If
be
you
lying.
also fail
I
your
know
insight
nothing.
check, you should think that, yeah, he's totally lying. He is the
Barnaby
best.
remains an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
And none of us quite believe him.
So, half an hour later, as you guys are kind of sitting practicing cards and Barnaby's fishing, there will be a short blast of a whistle, and you will see the dwarves all kind of setting down their equipment, lowering the crane, and beginning to disembark the pier, making their way towards the various taverns around the waterfront. As they do, kind of clapping each other on the shoulders, kind of dispersing into little groups, Yannick will break away from them and approach the three of you again. He'll be like, all right, I'm on lunch. You wanted to talk? Let's talk. Who's buying? And he just kind of looks from one of you to the next, to the next.
Give a look at John, because I don't know what we're doing anymore. Well, I guess it's me. Cool. Follow me.
I'm fishing.
Lead the way. So he will follow you.
Barnaby's just abandoning us. My God, Barnaby.
He's finishing the line and then he's coming.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Yannick will follow you to a nearby tavern and grab a seat at the table next to you, and just kind of sit there with a kind of bemused, wide-eyed expression on his face. So, Laurie, what brings you to my pier? What can I do you for? You asked for me by name, so clearly you've heard of me somehow.
Heard you like to bet.
You're looking to gamble? You can't
Yeah.
find anyone else on lunch today to gamble with? You'll come looking for me specifically.
You're the only person I know that I've heard about.
He's gonna look over to like a table just like one booth over, where like there's like a group of humans that's just sitting there with a pile of cards. They kind of look over at you guys, nod, what's up, go back to their game. He's like, yeah, no, that tracks. All right. What are we playing?
And Lauren's just gonna like have a wide-eyed expression for a moment before like, honestly, I don't know.
You wanted to gamble, but you don't know what game you want to gamble with.
Go fish.
I'm gonna need a disadvantage deception check from you at this point. Because this is like the fucking shadiest approach.
This just confirms my theory that we are a party of goody two-shoes who keep somehow being roped into doing shady shit.
Oh my god, I'm doing a
I would
deception.
like one gambling, please.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Disadvantage deception check.
Is that... Oh. Okay. I rolled a 3,
Figured.
which is a nat 1.
And that
Plus
one,
2.
oh Jesus.
Yannick is gonna, again, still with the bright-eyed, sharp kind of expression on his face, he's gonna lean forward and very gently place a hand on top of your hand and lock eyes with you. He's gonna be like, lass, you're sweet, but you're not convincing me in the slightest. What do you want with me? And please, for the love of God, be quick about it. I've only got half an hour for lunch.
I'm gonna look at John again. And then I'll
All right,
look at...
y'all figure out what you want.
No,
I'm gonna order. I'll be back in 5.
Okay.
He's gonna stand up and walk over to the bar, and you just watch him
I'm
fucking
sorry.
shaking his head.
I'm getting my food. I'll be there in like a minute.
I'm gonna smack John though in the meantime on the arm and be like, "What the fuck? You must be my wingman here. I'm drowning. I'm fucking drowning. I need assistance."
Meanwhile, Yannick just runs out of the bar and takes the first ship off the island.
He walks. He walks up to the bar and he places an order. He just kind of stands there with his head in his hands, like massaging his brow and like occasionally looking back at the party.
I love
Eventually, the
that
bartender comes back with a
Triton-
sandwich and he comes back and rejoins you.
I love the fact that the Triton turns to the guy who can breathe underwater and says, "I'm drowning."
That sounds like the setup to a joke.
So,
Wait, we're waiting for John to get back because he's getting his little food.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will be done getting my food in just a minute, and then I will continue.
all right. Well, while he's ordering,
God damn it. She says that under her breath, like,
I'm going to start my sandwich if that's all right with you. Don't know how you break bread wherever you're from, but around here we got to make do with the time we've got. So I'm going to dig in. All right, good, fair. All right, good. I'm going to eat. He starts eating. Still just fucking unblinking, staring between the two of you as John is standing at the counter ordering.
Okay.
All
Out
right.
of character.
Out of character.
What is the hunter's name again?
Adlar?
Adlar. Okay.
okay, I
So
am
John,
going to pull out.
John's gonna look over at Lauren and he's like, "This isn't working. Let's just be straight here."
I would appreciate it. I've
He
got
looks over at the dwarf and says, "Okay,
20 minutes for
look.
lunch.
We need the help of Adlar. Adlar wants you to pay your money. We need you to pay your money so we can get Adlar's help."
Ah. That's what this is about. He will set the sandwich down and just kind of clasp his hands. All
All
right.
of that has to happen. We need Adler's help, and it needs to be pretty soon. So,
Well, I sympathize. I do. Y'all seem like decent enough folk, if perhaps a little out of your wheelhouse here. So I'll be straight back. Adlar failed to hold up his end of the bargain Ergo, I owe him nothing. All right? You let him know.
Can we get a picture of like what's going on? Like what did you guys bet on? What the hell is the money owed? Like why is there such a stickler between you two?
It was a fucking fool thing, all right? Adlar is all saying, I'm going to catch myself a fairy folk. And, you know, we're having a laugh at night. We're thinking, this is a great joke. We egg him on. And he's like, no, seriously, I'll catch one. He bets me 25 gold pieces. He'll show up with one by morning. Fella shows up with black hands, right? Like he's been digging in mud. He says, oh, I caught one, but he burned up in the sun. Would
What
you
did
pay
he
25 gold pieces for that? I mean, seriously, honestly, answer me that. Would you pay 25 gold pieces for ashy hands?
What were you supposed to catch? Or he was supposed to catch?
He's saying he's
So
going
he-
to catch himself a fairy or something like that. And, you know, all right, it's Gladham, it's feral, you know, fairies abound in the woods and stuff. It's fine. All good for a joke, but, like, he shows up actually demanding money. I'm not going to pay him for having dirty hands, all right? That's not proof of nothing.
So he has no actual proof of catching a fairy. He basically just had dirty hands.
He showed up with black hands and said it burned up in the sun. Said he had it in his hands, it caught fire and burned away. And claimed that was worth 25 gold pieces. I told the bugger off. But he's been hassling me about it every so often, whenever he gets a chance. It stopped being funny, right? It was good for a laugh, for a lark, but now, I'll be honest, it's getting a little old.
Hey,
So-
we weren't aware of any of this. We were just like, we just need his help, and so we're just trying to get this figured out. If we pay you the gold, will you pay him? Just so that we can get this done and over with.
If you want to pay him 25 gold pieces and say it's from me, that's fine.
We tried that.
We already tried that.
Say it
we
from
just
me if that's what you need to do. I'll take credit for that. No skin off my back if he drops the issue. Really isn't.
Can you write like a note or something that we'd give with the gold?
Fine. 1 second, all right? Let me finish my damn sandwich.
Sorry. Thank you.
He will very gruffly grab the sandwich with one hand and start kind of rooting around in his pockets for charcoal or something and start scrawling on his napkin.
make it seem as unwilling as you wish.
Easily done. He'll sign his name and then draw a very crude middle finger on the napkin and then hand it over to you guys. He's got my signature. It should be good enough, yep.
Hope
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Hope
Thank
so.
you.
John's gonna finish his meal.
All right, excellent. Oh, this is the
Alone
last
will-
I hear of it. I really do.
Take a swig of whiskey. She'll just pull a bottle out of her pack and start drinking it.
He looks a little impressed by that. Well, you know how to throw one back, don't you?
Do you want some?
Yeah, she does.
I won't say no. He'll reach down to his belt and pull up his little private fucking tankard and reach over for a glass.
I'll pour him some.
Still can't lie to save her life though.
No, she can't.
Hey,
Well, she's-
homework.
Real generous with the whiskey. I appreciate that. 2 fingers. It's very kind of you.
You're welcome. I mean, we did.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Where'd you come by that?
In Freeport.
Next time I'm off island, I'll have to stop by. What's the brand? He'll kind of look at the bottle. All right. I gotta remember that one.
It's smooth.
It's
Exactly.
good though. It's hot.
I wasted a bottle on spiders, and I'm upset about it. And then she'll take another drink,
Spiders.
remembering wasting it on spiders.
Big spiders. Real big spiders.
Big spiders. Hold on. Are you folks the ones that were working the mine job earlier this week?
Yes.
We had some folks
Yep.
come by getting supplies, looking for oil.
Yeah, that was us.
That was you. Well, sort of sounds like a real shit show up there.
Oh yeah.
Glad you look all right. I mean, you don't seem like the They got too much of you. Couple scratches here and there.
We burned about 400 of them.
I have a random question.
Yeah,
What type
that'd
of
help
food is
here.
on John's plate?
It's like general pub food. They
It's
got like
chicken nuggets. It's a plate of chicken nuggets and fries. That's exactly what it is.
That's fair.
All right. I would like to attempt
Man
to
knows what he
sleight of
likes, I
hand
guess.
and take a little bit of his food while he's not looking.
Sure, roll sleight of hand.
I don't know. I'm gonna go for a piece of bread. I might not look yummy. Nat one again. Okay, we got a 3.
All right, John, you look down and see Lauren very obviously just creeping her hand over like a little spider towards the edge of your plate. You look down and she locks eyes with you.
A very, very low rumble happens in John's chest.
He's purring. Better you
I
get.
don't think it's a purr. I think
She'll slowly retract her hand.
John doesn't share food.
John needs all the food he can get.
He does have a lot of muscles to power.
That's true. It's a lot of protein.
It's
required.
better you're getting these nat ones out now, Chani,
That's
than
true.
in the inevitable jaguar
God.
battle.
Oh my god. I'm gonna hunt a jaguar. I'm so excited. This is like what's feeling Lauren right now. I just want y'all to know is going into
This
a
is going
forest
to end up like the bears.
No, because if there's
This is going to end
jaguars,
up like
she's
the
gonna-
bears.
She's gonna run away. She's not gonna. It's not gonna.
No jaguar babies, only big jaguar.
And she's planning on doing what's it called, like the pass without a trace to like sneak up on him and then sneak away.
Okay.
That's my game plan. She does not want to try to kill the jaguar.
And absolutely
It just-
no speaking animals.
Hey, what you should do is when you're passing without a trace, you should get right up next to the jaguar and pet its head.
Pretty sure that breaks stealth. Just gonna put that out there. If you touch them, they know where you are.
I touch its murder mitten. Its big murder mitten.
Murder
Just
mittens.
like sneak up and
Tattoo.
scratch its head.
Yeah. So yeah.
Adlar's asleep for the next like 6 hours, isn't he?
In theory, yeah. Yannick will wrap up his lunch here within the half hour and start cleaning himself up and get ready to go back to work. Well, I won't lie, this was an interesting meeting. Glad to hear you guys came out your little spider encounter unscathed, relatively. Good to see you're in one piece. Give my regards to your buddy Adlar there, and hopefully this is the last I hear of this. Best of luck to you with whatever
That's a hope.
you got coming next. And he will head back off to the dock as the rest of the dwarves are also beginning to filter out of their respective eateries and return to work. So, what is your plan, guys?
Lauren will go now and get food.
Okay.
After watching them eat and drinking whiskey.
I'm hungry. All right, so everyone can get some lunch and take a minute to decompress after this encounter.
Yeah, I think after that, though, I think Lauren will head back to where she saw him last. Adlar. Adlar last,
Adlar.
which was like the wet inn.
Pretty close to the wet house, yeah.
When you give him the money, don't lie to him. Just tell him we talked to him. He was not happy about it, but we convinced him.
Okay, sure.
Here's the money. And then I'm gonna take it in and be like, and we got you a souvenir, and it'll be his little note.
Okay. Well, heading back to the wet house. By the time you finish your meal, the lunch rush has mostly passed, and the wet house is starting to empty out as most of the local workers are getting back to it. Looking around inside, I will say, Lord, with your passive perception, you can clearly take stock of the remaining customers inside the wet house, sitting at the bar and at the various booths and tables. You do not see Adlar anywhere in here.
I'll go talk to the bartender and see if they know where Adlar is.
Currently, the bartender is. Oh, it's Fennel again. There is the pale-skinned, short-haired changeling woman currently cleaning up glasses at the front counter. As you approach, she'll kind of catch sight of you, smiles, like, well, good to see you again. How's your friend?
She's doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, second time I've seen y'all today. What can I do for you?
I know. I was just wondering if perchance you knew where Adlar was?
Adlar, the hunter.
Yes.
He's a bit of a regular around here. I believe that he lives further in town, though. He's not really from Port Scepter, so to speak. Not that any of us are from here, really, but, you know.
Would he perchance come tonight here?
Probably, I would assume. Pretty confident he lives pretty close to the Summer Square. He's one of them hoity-toity types.
Toity? That's a fun word.
Big houses.
Oh, got it. Never mind.
But, yeah, he'll probably be by here tonight, you know, if you're wanting to wait. Otherwise, I'd ask around back in the Summer Square. I'm sure somebody can give you his actual address. Most folk know where most folk live back in Gladham proper.
Well, thank you very much, and I will tip her a silver for helping.
Y'all are very quickly becoming some of my favorite customers. Thank you.
Well, so thank you for your time.
We'll see you soon. All right. Yeah, you guys want to head back to the Summer Square and look around, or do you want to wait?
Fish.
Fish?
Yes.
Barnaby wants to fish. Okay. Lauren, John, any opinions?
I mean, I'm tempted to just go to the Summer Square and turn into a shark and just flop there. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
John's gonna go back to the resort and get pampered for a while.
Might as well take advantage of your stay while you can.
All
right.
Lauren might head to the square, linger for a little bit, and if she doesn't see him, then she'll go back to the inn and get drunk and get pampered.
Okay. I'll say at this point, you guys have probably been gone for an hour and a half. So by the time Lauren gets back to the square, it's probably close to 2-hour mark. Y'all have been gone. I think this is a good time then to jump over to Noelle and Burberry and see what they've been up to these past couple hours. As the rest of your party departed to go find Adlar or follow up on the Yannick situation, you two were left in the company of the guard that was sent with your party to lead you to Doto's house. And he is just currently standing at attention, kind of have, one hand lazily on his sword hilt, just kind of waiting off to the side while you guys finish your discussion, part ways.
All right, don't bite his head off. All right, I'll turn around to the guard.
And if you do, get illustrations.
I think we're ready to go.
Yes. Oh, just
not...
like old times, isn't it?
I know, it's just me and you
They're
today.
not going to be in any trouble, are they?
No, figure of speech.
More than likely, I'm betting one of them's one of them's going to get drunk at some point.
One of them is going to go fishing.
And the other one's going to have a mud bath.
Not sure who they would be biting, but okay. Well, Dotto's house, right?
Yes, please.
That is the one, yes.
All right. It's not too far from here, actually. And he will lead you down a few side streets, a couple blocks off from the summer square. You guys are sort of passing adjacent to what looks to be a pretty nice neighborhood. You know, lots of 2, some 3-story houses nearby. But you turn into a neighborhood of mostly single stories. And you reach the front door of a home that has a lot of curing racks set up in the yard with hides stretched across them. And you can see kind of around the corner, there is a pretty decent sized shed in the back with a sliding door that's slightly ajar. And you can see numerous animal carcasses are currently hanging on hooks inside. Hard to see what condition they're in at the moment, but
I'm guessing very dead.
oh yeah, they're carcasses. They're definitely dead. But yeah, as you come up here, the the guard will kind of just point to the house and be like, "Well, this is it. He has not done much hunting lately, but I think his friends have been making use of his equipment to, keep things
Waste
going."
not, want not. Oh, by the way, what is your name?
My name. That's a great question.
That's a tough one.
Well, thank you very much for
no.
walking us here, Travelar. I know it's a little bit out of your normal day, but it was very nice of you nonetheless.
Well, that was what I was asked by the elders to do. I am here to help the city, so glad I could be of service.
Thank
you
you
need anything
again.
further of me before I return to my post?
I think I'm good. How about you?
I think we are fine.
All right. Well, I hope you are able to find what you're looking for in there. Just be gentle with him. He has not been himself for some time.
I think we can do that.
Well, I take my leave. He will begin making his way back towards the elder house.
Well, Noel, I admit I will probably be leaving most of the talking to you. If you want to give me some sort of signal or something, I will do the calming nonsense. Or if you want me to put him to sleep, I have a couple of good sermons in my back pocket.
I was going to ask if you had any specific ideas beyond just your calming magic.
Well, it's probably good to approach it carefully, considering, well, all things considered. If we want, we can be very upfront about it, but gentle would probably be the better way to go.
Right. I don't feel like we should lie to him. I mean...
Oh, heavens, no.
Yeah, he's definitely... I can't even fathom what he has gone through. Like, I don't know what would change someone so drastically as whatever he experienced.
John fucker.
I feel like I could make a joke about a specific book, but I don't think I will.
Alright, well, I will try and do most of the talking, but if you have a question, feel free to chime in.
Of course, and if you want a good distraction or something like that, wait, do you do messaging or no?
I don't really have that magic.
Alright, well, if you need me to distract your ear itches, and if you want me to call someone down, do this gesture.
Okay. We have got a very vague plan. Let's try this.
Okay.
Cool. I'll go up to the door and give it a couple knocks.
Okay, sure. And after a moment, there is a knock, or an answer at the door, excuse me, as a sort of middle-aged elvish woman dark skin, still fairly, clear complected, but you can see some faint gray beginning to show in her hair. She'll open the door and catch a look of the two of you and be like,
Hi.
Milan Manan, what can I do for the two of you?
Sorry to bother. We are looking for someone named Doto.
Her expression kind of fades a little bit. What business do you have with my boy?
We just have some questions. We have been talking with the elders, and we heard that he was recently in contact with someone named the Gatekeeper.
She kind of glances over her shoulder as she hears you say that and kind of steps outside, closes the door behind her. Please keep your voices down. You've been speaking with the elders.
Yes.
Yes, we were actually, we offered to go speak to the Gatekeeper regarding their current disagreement. And we were trying to get an idea of what we were in for, so we thought we'd ask. But if you are aware, so we don't disturb Doto, because I imagine that it's a bit fragile.
He has not been well since he returned. You're going to solve this for us. You can fix him.
Attempt.
Well, we don't know if we can fix Doto, but we know that
You've got to try, please. Please, I'm begging you.
Okay.
He's been so different this past month. She gets a little teary-eyed at that. Nothing gets through to him anymore.
We will do our best to talk to him and see if we can learn what might have happened. But we know that whatever happened to him is there's no justification for it, and we are hoping to correct this wrong in the near future. But we need to speak with him first.
Okay. I suppose it's worth the trouble for the boy. Please, just I suppose go slow for him. He's so distant, but so easily rattled. I can see it in his eyes. The pain.
How old is he?
He's going to be 100 this year. He's so young.
Is this an
I
elven
was
woman?
thinking,
Oh, you did
Yeah,
say it was elven. You did. Sorry, no.
Yeah, it's an elvish woman. He's so young.
He's my little baby.
He had his whole life ahead of him. That wretch took it away.
out of character question. What age do elves mature at?
I believe it is about the end of their first century where they kind of make that transition from a youth to an adult.
I am surprised that the elders sent the equivalent of a teenager.
Well, he is quite nearly a man now, but he was very eager to assist. He's friends with one of the elder sons, and
Oh, what's his name? The friend, I mean, I might know him.
he's another hunter in town here, Edlar. Not sure I much care for the boy, truth be told. Spends a lot of time down by the docks, but they've been very close for a long time, and I would not begrudge him a friendship like that. Oh, please come in. I realize you must have a lot on your plate if you're tackling this whole situation.
Figured getting our bearings down would be a good start.
Right.
Yes, well, please come in, and she will let you guys inside. Stepping through the doorway, it is pungent in this house, and there is a noticeable haze of smoke just sort of hanging in the air overhead, catching in the light of the sun that filters through the blinds. She'll kind of lead you down the hall past the living room towards the back of the house, and she'll say, Doto's room's this way. He does not come out much. He doesn't much respond to his own name anymore, truth be told. You probably won't get much of answer addressing him with it. But
How do you address him?
and, my boy, call him friend, call him young man, these general things seem to catch his ear, but his name has fallen on deaf ears since he's come back.
We can try.
He's just inside. She'll crack the door and she'll say, Milan Manan, someone to see you. In Elvish, which Noel, you will understand. And there is just kind of a faint voice from inside, says, responding in kind. Go ahead, show them in. And she'll crack the door open fully and allow you guys to kind of step into the room. And it's sort of like a little kind of studio apartment setup back here. There's a bed on the far wall, a little sitting area, a wardrobe, and everything you'd really need to kind of live on your own accord. And there is like a back door leading out behind the house. You can see in this room next to the windows, and sitting on the couch under the window, with a very full ashtray and a very fat blunt in his hand, there is this fairly young-looking elvish man, dark skin, dreaded hair pulled back, vacant look in the eyes. There's a glassiness to them, these dark circles underneath. And as you walk in, he'll kind of just raise a hand lazily and Melamanan.
Melan.
Travis's accent is not very good.
It's funny. Kind of just lean back in his sofa and go back to staring across the room, but nothing in particular.
Are you the friend of Adlar's that we have heard about?
Adlar kind of perks up a little bit.
Sort of. We've seen him around and we've been talking to him. Is that you?
I guess.
Do you mind if we sit down? We'd like to have a conversation.
Yeah. He'll just kind of gesture across the room to a couple chairs.
Out of character question, is he the source of the smell?
Oh yeah. It is coming strong out of this room. Emanating from the cinders at the end of his little roll.
Do you feel different? Have you felt different in these past few weeks? Or do you think you've always been like this?
Just kind of shrugs.
Would you be interested in answering some of our questions?
Sure.
Well, we have heard that you have gone into the forests before. We are
Yeah.
thinking about doing a similar journey. Do you know what we might find out there?
There's a lot of trees out that way.
Anything else?
Animals. Some dangerous out there.
What kind of dangers?
Careful, yeah. A lot of big cats.
You know, we have a friend who wants to see a big cat. She is a
She
druid.
wants to be a big
She
cat.
she was a druid. She wants to turn into a big cat, and she can't do that unless she sees one.
That sounds like some magical shit.
I'd say we are fairly magical, yes.
That's cool.
Would you be interested in seeing some magic?
Sure.
Do you want to try something, Burberry?
Sure. Although first, what are you smoking?
Weed. I'll just kind of offer it to you.
Oh, no, I'm quite all right. Slight asthma. Sorry,
He just-
cat.
He just takes another hit.
And just because I wasn't actually watching your camera, Pete, you didn't do anything, right?
I didn't make any signals. I just was
Cool.
like,
Alright.
do something, whether it's calm emotions or whatever Burberry wants to do. Oh, this guy seems pretty calm.
Yeah, no, obviously.
All right. I would like to cast Enhanceability on our friendo here. And do you think Charisma, Intelligence, or Wisdom would be a good one for this?
If he's trying to recall, that'd be like intelligence, because that's like history, right?
Fair.
This is the wrong stuff.
I looked it wrong.
I cast Cause Fear instead. Whoops.
No, I accidentally linked calm emotion into enhanceability, so I need to fix the thingy.
Sure.
All right. Well, in that case, I will give our friend a fox's cunning.
Cunning.
So he will have an advantage on intelligence checks. His mind
Okay.
goes slightly faster.
You do see a shift in his sort of carriage here. His face kind of tautens a little bit. You see the eyes kind of like sharpen, the brow furrow a bit. He kind of blinks his head and he says, "That is
Does that feel a little different?
potent shit, yeah." What was that?
It's called enhanceability. It's probably good that I wasn't able to do it as a kid, or I would have cheated on so many spelling bees.
How many spelling bees did you enter as a kid, Burberry?
Not when I was homeschooled.
Oh.
Feels good.
That's good to hear. Would you mind if I
Clear.
tried some magic as well? That might help us connect a little better.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Lean forward and just accept this. And I guess there was no other way to word that.
You do get like a moment of almost panic in the eyes as you say that. He's just kind of like, "Oh fuck."
It's not. I'm just gonna cast Charm Person.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of try and convince him not to resist the save or whatever.
I will say he, upon feeling the spell kind of encroaching around him, there is a moment where the face kind of tautens and the eyes go wide, and there's clear panic in the eyes. But that is a failed save. It's a 3. And after that moment of panic, you see kind of a shudder run down the body, and he kind of cricks the neck, blinks, and locks eyes with you. And
Feels a little different, right?
for a split second, yeah, he almost looks like he's there. But he kind of sinks back into the chair. There's that faint smile on his lips, and the eyes kind of go from sharper to kind of like fading a little bit again. And he's kind of like, "Hey, yeah, that is nice." Kind of relaxes back into his seat.
I'm going to whisper to Noelle and say,
I'm going to try a thing. It might go horribly wrong. I apologize in advance.
As long as it's not Fireball. Problem solved.
The house explodes. Doto and his poor mother are dead, and the two of you are rolling death saves.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on him to get rid of the high.
The high? Okay. Sure.
It works
like
for drunkenness.
The poison condition, basically. Sure. Okay. So trying to sober him up.
We're just pumping him full of magic until he talks.
He's just like, oh, more magic. Okay. Ooh. Fuck.
While Burberry does that, can I just subtly cast Prestidigitation to put out his joint?
As he's feeling the high leave his body, he goes to take a puff and... Fuck. 1 sec, guys. Hang on. He'll start rummaging around the room looking for matches.
While you're looking, can we ask you some questions now?
Yeah. Sure, whatever. Fuck.
It's really panicking.
Yeah, he's kind of shaking a little bit now. Go ahead, ask.
So, we are trying to right some wrongs here. We're new to this island, and we've recently been speaking with the elders. We've heard some bad things have happened to you.
There they go. Right. Finds some matches and lights one. Yeah.
Is that true? Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember some shit.
Is there any way you could talk about it with us? We want to fix this, and we need to know as much as possible before we go in. I know it's probably hard for you, and we're sorry to have to dredge up things like this, but if we want to prevent anything bad from happening, or happening to anyone else, then your information could be a big deal.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check there.
Okay. Pretty fucking good. 28.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it. He's kind of sitting there, his knees shaking pretty violently underneath his hand as he's taking another long drag off of his little joint there, and
I'll put a hand on his knee.
He starts nodding. The elders are asking for your help too. They asked me to head into the jungle to talk with someone, this Gatekeeper. It's a long trip. It's almost 2 days out there. You know, you step off the road to Born and Born on. Sorry. Yeah. Keep walking until you find the bridge. You cross that. You get down the hill, past the standing stones, and then you find her garden. Right. She was waiting there. They said that she wanted company. She wanted a visitor to come see her, and she the eyes are just kind of starting to dart around the room.
I'll go ahead and okay. Take a few deep breaths. I'm about to do a thing to you. It's just going to kind of help dull the adrenaline. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, calm emotions.
Wham!
And with that, he will
Turns out it's
definitely
not actually.
start to relax a little bit.
Turns out it's not actually a spell. She just hands him a blunt.
Another one.
Also, well,
A
while he's
heavier dosage.
while he's
Sink
recalling,
back into the chair.
could I sort of be trying to? I just wanted to see his facial expression. If it's the fear that's blocking what he's remembering, or if he is literally just unable to even conjure these, like he's hitting a wall.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Not as good as my persuasion. 13?
13. It's hard to say.
Okay.
He definitely seems very reticent to open up about this. I'd say you're definitely picking up a lot of anxiety and
No.
and nerves out of this interaction.
We'll go ahead and add that. So the enhanced ability is a concentration thing.
Okay.
So is calm emotion.
So the sharpness will fade a little bit. And
But
the
it's
calm
okay.
emotions will further blunt the emotional impact here. So he goes from seeming pretty alert to just like back to that near monotone, like super leveled out that you kind of came into the room with him at.
But it's okay because it's not the drugs.
That's true. That's true. But he is not shaking as much anymore, and the kind of erratic eye movement is sort of calmed down a bit. He's just kind of sleepily recounting at this point. She
Do you remember what her garden looked like?
yeah, it was it's a big circle of stones around this mound. There's a huge fucking tree growing off of it. It's like an open mouth in the roots, you know. It's real foggy.
Do you remember if anyone else was there?
No, it was just her and she was she's real pretty, real beautiful lady, and you know, she invited me in and
Invited you in to the garden?
yeah, and she despite the calm emotion effect that you are currently concentrating on Burberry, you see the shake in the knee kind of start up again, and the panic kind of returning, the slight edge in his voice, the sharpness in his gaze kind of starting to return. She did something to my head. She did something to me, and I can't remember.
Hey, take a step back.
I I can't remember who.
What is the last thing you do remember?
I remember going in there, and I remember her reaching out her hands and taking it, and then I felt something else. And now I can't. This house. He kind of starts to look around, and he starts to see kind of tears welling up in the eyes. The woman in this house. She says that she is my mother, and I can't hardly remember. Adlar comes by. He says he's my friend. I barely remember him. I know the face, but I don't remember us. I can't remember who I am anymore. I don't know who I am. You kind of start to see the tears beginning to flow down the face.
May I ask
She
you
did something.
a question? Do you remember all of the things that have happened since you got back?
He nods. Shakily.
Do you remember anything about your life before? It was like
shadows.
You restarted.
Like I recognize things, but I don't feel anything. I don't remember things that happens that were supposed to have happened. I cannot remember.
Out of character.
Who I'm supposed to be.
Out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Aloran picked up that book of Fae, like info and stories and stuff like that. Could we say that Noelle is just borrowing it? Because I did say I was interested in looking at it when she picked it up.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I was curious if I take out that book, is there anything in here about memories? Any stories that, like, if I just flip through a few pages, anything about memories or magic that deals with that?
I'd say give me a general intelligence check. So we could say investigation if you want to use investigation.
It's the same.
All right, cool.
Oh, god damn it.
8. Just skimming at the moment, it's a little hard to say. You haven't really had a significant length of time to look over this book yet.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm beginning to think that this person that you ran into, she stole the most valuable thing that you have. Your entire being. And we can't fix that right now, but we also won't let that stand. And if we find a way to fix it, we will do everything in our power to make that happen.
He kind of nods and lets out this really kind of cold, defeated chuckle. You know, it's stupid. I thought that was I thought that was going to be like a hot fairy tale thing, you know. I thought I was about to give myself to her, and funny enough, I kind of did. Oh, fuck. kind of sits there staring at the space between your two chairs. His knee just trembling slightly.
I look at Burberry. I'm not really sure what else to go with.
Make an insight check.
Okay. 21.
Ooh.
Yes, that's good. Burberry is like fixed in place, like unnervingly still. And he's empathizing hard.
My backup has stalled.
Your backup is also now frozen, paralyzed by emotion.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know if she picks this out, she would immediately say, "Are you okay, Burberry?"
Well, Kat's trying to figure out how much she thinks she can say. I did not expect this to come up so fast. All right. I don't even know what to call you. But I kind of understand what you're going through at the moment. It's obviously it's not easy having an identity crisis. In this case, quite literally. But if I can offer you something, clinging to what you were probably isn't going to help much right now. It's full of a lack that seems like it's impossible to fill. But perhaps finding yourself as you were might not be possible, but figuring out who you are now. Does that make sense?
Give me a persuasion check.
Do I use the dice that I don't trust, or do I use dice that are... Ooh, it's not bad. It's not awful. What's my persuasion? 0. Okay, well, that's okay. That's a 14.
14's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad.
He doesn't really make eye contact, but you can see the head kind of almost nodding a little bit. Eyes are still fixed on that vacant point between the two of you, but he registers, it seems, what you're saying. The shaking in the knee kind of quells a tiny bit.
From what it sounds like, it seems like everyone in this room maybe had to restart once.
In one way or other.
As I told you,
Hard resets are a bitch.
we will do everything in our power to see if we can fix your dilemma. However, if we can't, sometimes new beginnings aren't the end of the world.
He nods and For a second, the eyes kind of flit up between the two of you and meets both your gazes before he kind of returns to focusing on that empty spot and just slowly begins to nod. Kind of closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. Thank you, I think. So it's nice of you to say. I'm not sure if it really hit home yet. You know, it's hard to hard to feel much of anything right this moment. But thank you. Just kind of sinks back into the chair and takes another drag.
In the future, if we wish to visit, who should we ask for?
I mean, she says that my name was Doto, so I mean, I guess that's supposed to be my name. It doesn't really sound like it yet. You know?
Do you want that to be your name?
This is your chance to make a new one.
I mean, I guess until I think of something better, it's something.
Well, I look forward to hearing if you decide to change.
Or stay the same. Name-wise, at least.
Right.
In
Yeah.
the meantime, I would recommend going out and seeing Adlog on occasion. Being with other people sometimes. Or if you're interested in meeting a bunch of other 100-year-olds, I happen to know a group.
Yeah, you know, Adler, he's stopped by a few times. He seems okay, I guess. I honestly haven't had a lot of visitors since I got home, so I guess that's something. He keeps coming by. He does seem to be starting to relax a little bit more.
Well, I mean, no offense meant, but it'd be rather odd not to with all this.
Well, yeah.
Maybe open a window on occasion.
Feels like a waste.
Maybe, but getting your head on straight's a lot easier when you can find your head. Not
Maybe.
though I can understand losing yourself in this probably does help. There's balance and then there's balance. It's the other kind of balance.
It's quieter this way, at least. Everything's just out
Do you
there,
like
you
to
know.
read?
Kind of looks around the room.
Not did you, do you?
I have no idea.
You should get him a book. I think getting him a book would be nice.
That's a good idea.
Something to do.
We do have some free time.
Yes, that's true.
Cat doesn't remember if she has one. Sometimes she has the damnedest things.
We can go get him one.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good plan.
All right. I think we are
Thank
going
you
to.
very much for seeing us, yes.
Yes, thank you for indulging us, and thank you for reliving that, as painful as it was. It was very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are gonna take on the Gatekeeper, whatever I can do to help, I guess. She's got it coming. Don't touch her. She's got fucking magic shit. Bad magic.
We will remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will leave you to your day. We'll drop off the books with your mother.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Thank you again.
Baitma.
Bedma. He'll kind of tap the forehead and wave you guys goodbye as they'll head out of the room. You can see at the far end of the hall by the front door, his mother's standing there, just arms crossed, watching, waiting.
I'll stop by her real quick.
How did it go?
There's someone in there.
It might not be the same person that left, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
You can see some tears kind of start to well up in her eyes, and she kind of raises a hand, cover her mouth. I suppose not.
We're going to see what we can do. And in the meantime, we're going to try to encourage a more productive hobby.
It's would certainly be cheaper, whatever it is. Thank you for stopping by. I for helping, really. I mean, I know you're not from here. This is hardly your trouble. It's very kind of you all.
Out of character question, are therapists a thing yet?
Therapists?
Because we need therapy.
You know,
Honestly, I feel like D&D therapists would actually be more
Do
effective.
they have adequate access to mental health care here?
in larger cities, you imagine there's probably, a pretty decent healthcare industry.
Also, more.
Gladham, maybe not so much. It's a pretty small town.
Like magical therapists?
No, just a regular therapist. Like,
No, but imagine
Just
imagine
someone to
how
talk
effective
to.
a magical therapist would be.
I mean, that's just a cleric.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what Burberry was just doing.
We were magical
I don't
therapists
think-
today.
I don't think she has all the spells necessary, but
It's just a high level cleric.
What's this woman's name? Do we get that, or did I miss that? I don't know if we ever asked her.
My name is Chaley.
Chaley.
Chaley Daturo.
Actually, make notes.
Okay. We are going to go make a few purchases, and we'll be back in probably less than an hour, just to stop by.
All right, I suppose I'll keep an eye out for you. Thank you.
Okay. I'm ready to head out if you are, Burberry.
Just a moment. Cat is trying to figure out how to spell Chaley.
Shit. Here.
Who's Cat?
Catus Menglalis. She
Kabababum.
controls the inner.
Interesting.
So, Duto and Chaley Datudo.
Okay, so Burberry heads out, but on the way to whatever place we buy books or whatever, he's going to say, Noel, I have a question for you.
Go ahead. I probably have lots for you, too.
Oh, about Catus Mangalis? I understand.
No, not about that.
Dang it. How long did it take for you to get used to yourself after?
I would say I'm still not there, but I'm definitely in a better place. The first few years were tricky. It really was like learning just from the beginning all over again. But I found someone who wanted to help me discover who I was, and that helped a lot.
Burberry just kind of nods. I'm not sure that I'll ever be used to it. But maybe one day.
You definitely had a reaction in there. I take it there's a lot more to
I'm
this.
sure I have no idea what you're talking.
I think there's a lot more to you than you have let on. Something is hidden under those robes.
So like Burberry like shrinks into himself a little bit. And like whenever he talks, it sounds like his throat dried out like very suddenly. Like, I hope that I am not the best person to talk about these kinds of things with. I never have been. Perhaps another time.
Well, I am here for you if you ever do want to say anything, Burberry.
That means more than you could ever know.
And I hope that you know that you are probably the best friend I've ever had. So I hope that you trust me enough someday to share.
So Burberry like I mean you've known him for a while. So Burberry forgot what he was going to say. Fuck.
Burberry's panicking.
God damn it. So Burberry will like elbow you, like full on, like, yeah. Well, there's no probably about it for me. After all, you are the only person that I've known for like more than 2 months.
Yeah, traveling around does that to you.
Yeah, it's kind of a bitch. I mean, at one point it was fine, but at another point I felt like I was running like twice the speed that I was before, and it was just a big pain in the butt.
Yeah, I know that frustration. I mean, it's funny because I did travel with these guards across the continent when I was trying to get away from home, and I definitely did not have anything in common with any of them. It was kind of an awkward trip, to be honest. You know, they have a totally different life than me, and there was just like no relation, you know? But I don't feel that way with you guys.
Honestly, I'm surprised that not all of them fell head over heels with you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure at least a couple of them had a crush on me.
Of course they did. God damn it.
Way to toot your own 20 charisma horn there.
This is kind of personal. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. I do try and, you know, respect your space. Whenever you were trying to get away from home, was it something you did or something someone else did?
That's a surprisingly tricky question.
So a bit of both, then.
I have done things I am not proud of, And I'm not sure if it was me who did them, or the person asking me to.
I do remember we had this. Well, whenever we first started traveling, we did have this conversation briefly.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of trust has been gained since then.
Lucky me. And lucky you. So out of character, I personally have this thing where whenever I'm like, I feel like I'm having too many serious emotions, I like try and lighten the mood by cracking jokes like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the same.
Sure. So I guess we're looking for some place to buy books. Just
Yes.
Sure, yeah. As always, shopping in Gladym is a massive pain in the ass because there are no proper stores, only residents and their chosen fortes in life. So go ahead and give me an investigation check to ask around.
also like or like any unique like curio stands would be like just knickknacks.
Yeah.
Probably qualify.
Puzzles or games are also.
Oh, that's a good one too. It was above average, 11 for my investigation.
I'm helping.
Oh, you're helping? Okay, sure.
Of course I am.
It's the same 11.
No!
It's above 10.
You're useless, Burberry. You've done nothing for this shop.
All you've been doing is cracking jokes for 10 minutes. No.
Burberry is coping right now. All right, it's on Noel to kind of steer the shopping trip. And yeah, it takes a little bit of asking around. Again, the economy here in Gladym is not an intuitive one to an outsider. It is very, very insular, very locally oriented, and it takes a handful of conversations for you guys to finally get some directions, proper fucking directions, at last, to a home similar distance from the Summer Square to Duto's, not too far away. 2-story building. And the inside is totally unfurnished, except for row upon row upon row of bookshelves. It is a very, very cramped little library. And the homeowner, who is a middle-aged elvish man, shaved head, dark skin. He's got, some pretty heavy like tattooing across the scalp. He lets you in and shows you around, and from the looks of it, this guy lives out of like a single bedroom and has just been stockpiling books in the rest of this house. And talking to him, he kind of works on a buy or loan, whatever basis, it kind of works as a library, kind of works as a bookstore. It's just kind of whatever you're looking for right now. I'm flexible, he says.
He's what? Sorry?
He's flexible.
Oh, I thought you were saying his name. I was like,
My name is
I was like,
Flexible Hudson at your service.
It's a cool name, actually.
No.
How did you get that name? No.
Was that given to you by your parents?
I flexed on a man.
No. So my goal here is to find a array. Ooh, I got my pencil. An array of topics, like, things about like magic, things about history, just let him have a smorgasbord of choices and see what he gravitates
Fiction
towards.
and nonfiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool stories, cool books. Yeah.
Okay. Burberry starts doing the thing that they're actually here for, but then quickly gets distracted by religion.
Keep your eyes open for puzzles, Burberry.
I'll say go ahead and give me a persuasion check, just as you're talking with the shopkeep and kind of shopping around for proper an assortment of books here.
23.
And as your pile starts to get higher and higher, he starts to look a little bit more concerned. Like you got like 10 books stacked up here, and he's like, "Are these for purchase or low? Like, what's going on?" Explaining the situation here, he starts to kind of like, "Oh, I see. That's a terrible shame. What happened?"
I would probably not give him like this
Terrible
very
shame.
specifics, but just say like this is a person who is kind of not motivated, and we want to try and encourage them to learn.
Despite your vagueness, there is a certain knowingness to this man's eyes as you vaguely describe the situation. He just kind of holds up a hand and says, I see. Well, I believe that we can probably part with this assortment for the time being. I imagine he's probably not going anywhere anytime soon, right?
It probably helps that the person lives on the island.
Yeah, it sounds
Yes,
like even
yes.
if you did need to retrieve these, you know where to find them.
Yes, I think they'll be in well enough need where they're going. Suppose we just put these on a little deposit, say 5 silver.
That's perfectly fine by me. I will pay that.
Are there any religion books?
He's got at least a shelf of them for sure. You will recognize several of those books. There are the Testaments of Kalal. There is the Chronicle of Miga. You've got all kinds of conclave sort of sacred texts here in various print editions, as well as a handful of more local writings about the way and about historical sort of archaeological sites on the islands, talking about solar worship and potential prior civilizations, religious practices. There's a handful of local interests texts here if you're looking to buy or
Oh yes.
loan out.
No, I want. Look, I have one.
This is my bit, damn it. My bit is religion. I'm gonna fucking write it.
I look over in the corner and Verver is just vibrating.
You just do like you know the like whenever you're at a store and you're like, oh, okay, let's see, I want this thing and this thing and like maybe this thing, yeah, this thing, like
Right.
Okay.
So he would like a book of writing on the way. You mentioned one about archaeological sites with ancient-
There's a couple of those texts, and they're not super long necessarily, but they seem to be centered around specific sites around the island. In total, you would probably find 3 or 4 of those. There was one titled the Mysteries of the Fairy Stone. There is one regarding Towering Dol Luinith. And then there was also one that refers to, and this one actually has kind of like an etched cover on it. It almost looks like the cover of like a romance novel, and it's just simply titled The Shining Sands.
Ooh.
And there's like a silhouette of a couple kind of embracing underneath these like elaborately decorated, engraved, gold foil palm trees and a beach, and it's very picturesque.
That's the limited
on this
edition.
leather cover.
printing. It's signed by the author.
Only 50 of these were printed on the entire island.
I was one of the first
I was one
Kickstarter
of them.
backers.
How much?
It's a little bit embellished, but it's a nice write-up. I won't lie. Well, for keepsies or for loansies, what are we thinking?
Give me the price for both. Please.
Well, for loansies, I really only ask for a deposit. As long as the books are returned, I'm more than happy to give a little deposit back. For keepsies, though, this, as I said, pretty rare print edition. The other two, not so much, but still, local landmarks detailed therein. I'd say if you really wanted to take these off my hands, say 40 gold pieces for the 3 of them.
That's a lot of
Burberry
money.
just like starts like digging through his
I mean, the book's
pockets
supposed to be 25. Like,
No, okay.
immediately. You know, that's actually a pretty good price. I was expecting 25. I was like, I could pay it. I probably shouldn't, but I know me, and impulsivity is high on my list right now. So yes, all 3.
keepsies then. All right. Well, kind of freezes in place for a moment.
Well, you know, we are going to be traveling into the Feywild, so it seems
Didn't-
only fair to do it for keepsies.
I'm sorry. You're taking these with you into the jungle.
You know, I figured. How about this?
These poor books.
I will buy them from you.
What
for
dark
now.
fate befalls you that will leave these books stranded in the jungle? What? These poor books don't deserve this. 50 gold pieces. 60.
Hey, calm down.
I'm sorry. I just had such a vivid flash in my mind. You know, reading is so stimulating for the imagination.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. So I'll buy them for keepsies now, and I will take them with me on my trip. And if I come back, I will sell them to you for 75% of what I paid for them.
Swear to me, you'll protect them with your life.
Oh, it's not just my life I'll be protecting them with.
I believe you. Very well, 40 gold pieces.
Yay!
So yeah, you've got 3 books about local landmarks tied to ancient sacred sites.
I'm sorry to do this to you. Do you think you could type the names of the books in the chat for me?
So
No.
you have Mysteries of the Fairy Stone. You have Towering Dol Luinith
That's the main reason I wanted him to write them.
and The Shining Sands.
If I don't think I can spell something, I don't try anymore.
Alright, I assume at this point we're probably heading back to the
I
resort.
will say, over the course of your shopping trip, you will probably have crossed paths with Lauren during her kind of brief stint in the Summer Square, looking around for Adlar before she heads back to the resort too.
Oh, okay. I guess we gotta stop at Dodo's place first, but
Oh, and drop stuff
yeah,
off.
I'll just tell the mom, Chaley, just let him take a look through these, and if there's any that stand out to him, hopefully that starts to spark something.
It's quite an assortment. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I will keep these in the front room away from the smoke. I think that might be a little better for them. Might
And
be
it
enough to
does-
entice him out front.
If he does see any that are, if something doesn't interest to him, and Burberry will tell her where the books came from.
Yeah.
So that she can return them.
Okay.
All right.
Easily done.
And with that, we return to the thing, and
All right.
Peter will formally apologize for taking up way too much time.
Fair enough. So with the party reconvening at the resort,
Also, who's Peter?
out of character.
Out of character. Excuse me.
We can take our break here. Let's shoot to be back in 5, let's say. Keep this ball rolling. We're doing good. We're getting shit out tonight. So back at 10:20, and we'll pick up from here.
Okay, going on break.
I can tell you a bunch of stories.
All right, I'm
Well,
putting the stream back up.
Let's get back to it then, and pick back up. Yes. So
I've already slowed this way down. Let's
that's fine.
keep
That's fine.
moving.
So party is reconvening at the resort, the North Shore Gardens, and yeah, you guys will eventually meet back up in your suite or in the spa or wherever it is that you guys are kind of unwinding the latter half of the day.
We see Lauren and we go, hey, one of them was drunk.
I assume we'll sort of just catch everybody back up when we're all in the same space and let them know
sure.
everything we experienced.
I'm guessing nothing happens when I'm in the summer area.
Yeah, you're not gonna see him as you're kind of looking around the summer square by any means. He is not out and about in the
So
summer
even
square.
if I like asked about him, no one would know.
If you ask, yeah, people would definitely be able to point you to his home if you
Okay,
wanted to
because
go.
my plan was while I was there, I'd maybe ask a person or two
Okay, yeah.
about it,
Um,
not just kind of walk around and be like, "Is he here?"
yeah. Adlar, as it turns out, is pretty well known, and first person you ask is younger elvish dude. He's like, oh yeah, Adlar, totally. He lives in that house right there, and he kind of points over the edge of the square towards a 3-story home, just a couple of houses off the summer square, in what looks to be one of the nicer neighborhoods.
So I know exactly where his house is.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. I'm gonna be like, thank you, and I'm gonna head back to the inn.
Head back to the party?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. No worries.
Good, yeah, we need to
I
wait
just
for him
wanted
to
to
wake
get
up.
his. Yeah, I just wanted to figure out where he was.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just break into his house.
Let's just kill him. No.
Look at the boy. Can you
It's
see
just
the
darkness.
boy?
Play. It's just dark. Oh, there it is. Oh,
Boy. He loves
Wonderful.
boxes.
and I'm sure he loves that bright light in his face. Well,
She's not reacting at all.
He's a
Are you
sweet-
getting for your move?
No movement. Yeah, we're getting ready. End of June.
Nice.
I could come see a show before you leave.
I know, we gotta meet up. So,
I was gonna say, so out of character, just quick planning, just because to move this forward. We're gonna leave first thing in the morning to go talk to find the gatekeeper, right? Because we know it's like a day and a half journey, ish.
Mhm.
Yes.
I figure like we should get started as early as possible, probably, just to give us the most daylight we can. Do we want to talk to Adlar tonight then, before we go to bed, just to see if he's even able to help?
He's probably going to be up very late, considering how late he went to bed.
He's probably gonna wake up at like 4:00 p.m.
That sounds like quite the lifestyle.
Sounds like my type of lifestyle.
Of course it does.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I want to meet up with him before tomorrow and see if this is even gonna work.
doable? Yeah.
When I'm back at the inn, can Lauren see if she got any letters?
Yeah. Asking at the inn. Unfortunately, mail does not move quite that quickly, and you have not received any replies to your mail yet.
If you're waiting for your lover boy's message, you might want to let him know about the gate watch status at this place.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right. Lauren will now also write another letter and be like, wow, I'm a needy bitch while she's writing it.
Okay.
And just, this one will be more of just,
Wait, do you actually say, wow, I'm a needy bitch?
yeah, probably.
It's the opening line.
Burberry goes, what? No, you're not. You just haven't
Are
seen
you just
it in a
reading the
while."
letter over her shoulder while she writes it?
No, that's why I asked if she actually said that.
Oh, okay.
Then I would have heard it.
But yeah, this one won't be anything like too specific. It'll just be more about the Gatewatch and what they found out, and just kind of update what's happening on the island, since it kind of has to do with the Gatewatch a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and let Gerald know about the shit that's going down, and that will be sent in the morning on the first ship that is taking mail to Freeport.
Wait, so when should I expect an actual letter?
Well, let me take a look at the transit table here.
So I can actually figure out when I should be checking.
Yes. Oh, damn it. All right. Well, it would be. I got a PDF folder, don't I? Images? No.
Hey, Plank,
Adventure
can
PDFs.
I ask you a weirdo question?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Are there any mail services that use the deposit boxes like we were discussing?
The bank, you mean?
Yeah, because remember we were talking about because you could pull it from anywhere, so like theoretically.
Where's it? Oh, I could buy
Oh,
those
like
once
the
I
bag
get
of holding
the...
thing that we.
Yeah, the bag of savings.
Right.
How much was the bag of savings? Because I feel like I could literally buy that.
That
after.
is 500 gold pieces.
Oh.
So from Gladym to Freeport, or excuse me, from Freeport to Gladym is 3 days, and then from Gladym back to Freeport is 8 days. Since you are fighting the current the whole way, so it's going to be a little over a week before you get a reply. And you have been in Gladym for all of.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So it's 3 days to Gladym from Freeport, and it is 8 days to Freeport from Gladym because you're fighting the current on the way back. So that means that
I should be getting a letter semi soon in the next few days.
It takes 11 days for a letter to reach the destination and receive a reply. So that would mean that you have been here for all of
a week.
Trying to make sure. When was your arrival date? Was that the 28th? Yes, the 20. Either the 27th or the 20th. I think it was the 27th you guys got here, and today is the 32nd. So you guys have been here for like 5 days.
So probably another 6 days before even her, or maybe even like 7 days before her first letter actually gets a reply.
Yeah, 6 to 7 days before your reply arrives. Assuming, Lauren remembers her earliest letter.
Yeah.
Which, as you specified, you were blackout drunk for.
That's fair.
So
I'll probably wait like another week before I ask, probably.
Yeah, your next, the one that you expect to arrive will probably be another like 8 or 9 days.
Okay.
And that's assuming that he was even home.
Well, he has no armor or equipment, so he's definitely not going out doing shit right now. But yeah, so letter regarding the Gladym Gatewatch situation on its way. What do you guys want to do now?
Once it's the evening, we should go find Adlar.
All right.
Camper, drink, smoke, and then Adlar.
Sure, throw them back.
Yep.
By the time you decide to head out, Lauren, you're feeling nice and toasty, nice and relaxed.
Perfect.
And yeah, you will join the party as you guys make your way back into town, heading for Adlar's house, or do you want to go to the docks and look for him there? Like, how do you want to try and find him first?
Is one closer than the other?
The docks are definitely closer.
Okay, let's just stop. Let's peek our head in the tavern real quick, just to see.
Okay. Are you guys heading out like at 4 when you thought he would be awake,
Yeah,
or
something
like at sundown?
Probably mid-afternoon, I guess, just before dinner, because I don't imagine he'd be asleep till like 8 p.m. So, that would be a lot of sleep.
Sure. So before sunset.
Yeah.
Well before sunset. Yeah, checking in the tavern. I'd say work on the docks is still ongoing. It's still pretty busy, but you're definitely, seeing things starting to wind down. Kind of the last of the ships are being unloaded. Some crews have called it a day already. And looking around the taverns, Aloran, with your passive perception, despite your buzz, you still don't see Adlar in here. Although it is slowly beginning to fill up for the night.
Okay. Let's try his house then.
Sure. All right. So
as we're going to the house, I'd like to keep an eye out for him.
Okay. Yeah. I guess you don't need to roll. You won't see him on the way up there.
I'll see him either way.
He's dead.
You knock on the door and it swings open of its own accord. There's a hand laying behind it in a pool of blood. Oh no, Adlar!
There's vultures flying
cradling
over the house.
Yeah. No, you walk up to the front door of the house that was indicated to you earlier today.
Oh wait, before we do that, everyone give us 5 gold for his 25 gold. Wait, we forgot, guys.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wait, what?
I can afford that.
Because somebody owes him 25 gold, and we're just gonna pretend that he gave the gold to him. But if we do it 5 ways each, we didn't have to fight a guy, and we're still getting him the gold, so he'll cooperate with us. Okay? Yeah? Cool.
We trust you.
Cool, thank you.
All right, but all right.
Burberry's so confused.
I'll put it in like a separate little baggie, and then kind of leave the note on it.
The notes in the bag, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
preparing your parcel. You approach the house. It's, as I said, 3 stories. Very tall, well-made wood building. Lots of plants in the garden out front. Very well cared for.
Nice.
And by the front door, there is a small, looks to be like a little shrine. It's kind of like a little house with an offering kind of bowl set out beside it. Currently empty. And yeah, this is the residence that was indicated to you. So a quick on the door. And you hear a very muffled voice call from, sounds like somewhere upstairs. One moment. And dum, 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 down the stairs. The door opens. And there stands in a bathrobe a very sleepy looking Adlar. And catching sight of all of you, kind of breaks into a big smile. Well, this is unexpected.
Pull out a little baggie in the note and be like, surprise.
We have a present for you.
Yeah. Look, you can...
Happy birthday to me. He takes the note off the baggie, looks at it. That's great.
We did you one better. Now you can frame this forever.
I appreciate that. That is very good. So you talked to Yannick, yes?
Yeah.
That's good. You had a interesting conversation with him, I take it.
He wasn't exactly happy.
Yeah, it wasn't the best conversation, but you know.
No, he wouldn't be. I don't imagine. I can't imagine he gave over willingly.
I'm kind of surprised that you bet that you could catch a fae.
Yeah, well, you know, uh, I like to wager now and then, and they've been running about of late. Didn't think it'd be too hard. And hey, it wasn't, if you believe it. Had him in my hands. The damn boy burst into flame, first light of the morning. Killed me, I swear. If I had known that would have been a problem, I would have been ready, you know, but now I know.
Burberry snorts, and Aloran will hear a whisper in her ear that says, I am going to laugh my ass off if it turns out it was a fiend and not a fae.
Lauren will have a little smile on her face at that. She'll be like, yeah. Her face reads, ha ha ha, yeah.
Well, I suppose I should probably take that money off your hands.
Oh, no,
now,
you don't
I
have
guess.
to. I would love to keep it for you.
I mean, a wager's a wager, you know. Kind of takes a moment to kind of look over the five of you. Something tells me you are not here simply to cash in on a 5-day-old favor.
Well,
I feel like perhaps you have an ulterior motive here.
We
Am
went
I
to
wrong?
go. No, you're not. We went to go into the jungle.
Do you?
We do, and we would like someone with experience to help us, which we've heard is you, because everyone talks about you.
we have heard your name come up a lot.
This is fair.
Um,
I have a lot of friends on the island.
I do have my own personal thing, and I would like you to show me a jaguar.
You want to find the jaguar?
I want to find a jaguar, for the love of God, please. Or no, for the love of what's my god's name that Alice? For the love of Alice, please let me see a jaguar.
I like that you took a second to remember.
To take your
I
god's
can
name
tell
in
you,
vain.
very devoted. Or you know, the funny thing about jaguars, you know, they're not the only big cats in these woods. It is kind of hard to tell one set of tracks from the other. You
I'm
kinda
sorry,
have to
wait,
be-
there's more big cats? She just totally interrupts when there's more big cats. She's like, even
less good cats, worse cats. Trust me, they are bad, very bad cats. These are not cats you want to meet.
What
Much
are
less
they?
friendly than jaguars.
What are you?
I'm just imagining Lauren's eyes are just getting huge and round.
Yeah, she's just like glowing
She's
right
deep
now. She's so
breathing.
excited. Yeah, she's like, yes, kitties.
More cats.
You know, we called him. They do not have a good name in your tongue, common tongue, but we called him Kamadan. You know, these very big leopards with great serpents growing out of their backs. Very, very dangerous.
She's kind of like almost kind of like
Kitty noodles?
kitty doodle.
That is a very
Noodle kitties.
very diminutive way to describe them.
Take me to a kitty doodle. I want to see the kitty doodle.
You really don't. I assure
I
you, they are
do.
very, very dangerous.
And she's almost now kind of just like hopping up and down a little bit. Like she is like so pumped right now.
I
She's
am
like-
beginning to second guess the wisdom of sending the five of you into the forest.
Lauren is very wise.
RP squinting.
Oh.
Does this
I mean,
description sound familiar at all?
Tell. I
If
can
she gets
tell.
into a fight with a noodle kitty, she could always turn into a giant bear and smack the shit out of it.
I suppose that is somewhat reassuring, but even so, I would prefer to avoid one.
And I technically have 2 bear lives, and then my own life. So
Hopefully
I
it does
got
not
lost lives, guys. Let's
come
go.
to that. My goodness, are you okay with this? He kind of looks at the rest of
We
you.
actually have a reason to go into the forest. I don't know if we've said that yet.
John just
yeah.
John just
Beyond-
shrugs. This is
Beyond the
normal.
jaguar.
Beyond the jaguar, believe it or not.
Is that so?
Burberry will like
Listen,
side comment and say,
I know
"Lord,
you might be
I-
busy, but if you would like, I'm still making coffee inside, waking up. If you want to come in and maybe sit down,
Sure. What were you saying,
better
Burberry?
than standing on the porch. Come on. Coffee. Anyone?
I'm good.
So he'll lead you inside. Very nice house.
I figured.
Very heavily decorated. Lots of elaborate masks, tapestries, lots of woodworking that kind of lines the shelves and end tables. Beautifully upholstered couches, kind of threaded with gold silk and threading. Beautifully stained hardwood everywhere. Like, this is swanky digs. And he leads you kind of the back of the house where there's a very, very nice looking kitchen, and he has a little French press set up that he's slowly kind of brewing his coffee. He says, "I was not anticipating on so many, but we can share. I'll make
An
it
alien press.
Yeah, the alien. It makes a great cup.
Well, that's what they're
So,
famous for.
how many is that? 1, 2, 3. I'll start grabbing mugs.
I feel like I should.
Cups of
well,
coffee for
it's
everyone.
not that late, I guess. Yeah, I
I
guess
need some. I am a heavy sleeper.
that's fair.
So, pass out the coffee and sit down at the kitchen table. You have reason to go into the jungle, beyond jaguars.
Yes. Well, I'll just be straight with you. We are trying to confront the Gatekeeper.
The Gatekeeper.
I guess you don't know as much as we expected. The person.
Enlighten me.
Have you noticed that things have been getting weird around here? Things going missing, stuff like that.
Yes. It is the entire reason I am hunting Fae at night down by the port.
But you don't know who the Gatekeeper is.
wait, but his
I have
friend,
not had the
his
opportunity
Gecko-
to
But what about
get quite
Doto?
this far. You know Doto.
We talked to him today.
How's he doing?
A little better, I think.
It's good. I try not to trouble Doto too much. He has been less himself since he came back from his errand for the elders.
To be honest, I think he needs
But-
you now more than ever. But regardless,
Well,
we were trying to address what happened to him.
and you know what happened to him.
We think that
Yes.
he ran into a dark entity in the woods, known as the Gatekeeper, who has placed a curse upon him. It almost seems like she took his memories or something. The elders are confused. They don't know why this is the way it is.
You've spoken to the elders too.
Yes, we did today.
Man. I'm sorry. He just kind of looks around the kitchen. I have been begging Father for a fucking answer for nearly a month now. You have been on this island how long? Like a week? And he is more than ready to open up to you. Send you on your
We
way.
get shit done.
I mean, we did kill like 300 spiders.
Hey, I can get shit done, okay? I don't know if you know who I am Adla the Hunter. All right, I have kind of a reputation around here. I'm good at what I do.
And imagine the reputation you would get if you helped us.
I would love to. Sign me up. When are we leaving?
First thing in the morning, probably before
Tomorrow.
the sun rises.
He looks at his cup of coffee.
I mean, it's only like 4 p.m.
You could just go back to sleep and wake up early in the morning.
That may be well what I do. He's gonna set the coffee down begrudgingly on the table. Tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Do you want more clarification? I'm glad you're eager. Any other questions?
I have been begging my father for an answer for nearly a month.
Is your
I imagine
father
you
one of
probably
the
spoke
elders?
with him. Yes, Kinlamin.
Oh, that would explain why he looked familiar.
Out of character, which one was that?
He was the one. I think he's the more personable of them.
He was the one that was willing to.
Yeah, he
really
was
open
like
up to you
the
guys
front
about the
runner.
whole thing.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I assume your father wasn't going to tell you because he didn't want you to end up like Toto.
Well, respectfully, I'm a much better hunter than my friend Toto. And I mean that. Whatever happened to him, you can be damn sure I'm going to put a stop to it.
Well, that's our goal too. I don't know if we've told you, but our friend has experienced something similar in that realm.
Is that so?
If Barnaby wishes to talk about it.
Barnaby's in kind of like a stupor. His mouth is slightly open, and he's squinting. The original description of the monster, he's thinking real hard on it. He's trying to think if that's anywhere close to what he saw back then.
Does the noodle kitty breathe fire?
No, it's a big fucking cat with
Okay.
snakes.
Where did the snakes? So it's like the
Out of the cat. They grow out of the cat and they're like biting you as the cat is
Like
biting you and holding you.
Tentacles?
It's
Or
like
is
no,
it like
no
instead
snakes.
of a tail?
Snakes.
so
Like big snakes coming out of the back of the cat, and they are like all biting you at the same time. It's
oh,
terrible.
so like the cat's tail are snakes.
No. The whole cat is snakes. It is like a big cat with snakes growing out of it, like a
that
big
sounds-
jaguar or a leopard.
Never mind. I don't want to see that.
I don't think that was
They're
your
terrible.
creature, Barnaby.
They're terrible. No, you don't want this.
I don't want to see
I
that.
promise you.
I thought
And
it was just a
The
cat with a
problem
snake
with
for a tail.
tracking jaguar in the woods is half the time you are tracking Kamadan, and they are much worse.
I have a spell that makes you really quiet.
This is good. Avoiding
like-
Kamadan is rule number 1 in the jungle.
But I want to see a jaguar. Please show me a jaguar.
Look, if we catch one before it catches us, by all means I will point one out. But I warn you now, looking for jaguar, you are flipping a coin. Heads you find jaguar, tails you find death. I'm just saying. It is very risky.
I think you mean heads we find a jaguar, tails we kill a Kamadan.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, John.
I do like your confidence. It does help that we are, a group of 6 versus a hunting party of 1 or 2. As I say, Kamadan is a very dangerous creature. You have to be very careful, very aware of your surroundings at all times. They are very sneaky.
I can.
Alright, so if this Cramdon isn't what I'm thinking it is, what about this thing? And he slaps out a piece of paper of the door that he has.
Cramdon.
We really need you to get someone to redraw that, Barnaby.
This is a boat-faced creature, yes?
That's
You are
from the
like-
back. That's all I could get.
Oh, okay. No, I see it now. Yeah.
Here, turn the
I
paper
love how they
around.
all assume at the
It does not look like anything I've ever seen before. But who knows? Maybe the gatekeeper, keeps them as pets or something. I don't know, man.
Just so you know, we're going to try to talk to the gatekeeper first. So when we find them, don't just attack out of nowhere.
She seems very dangerous.
To be fair, the rest of you seem pretty dangerous too.
The gatekeeper was not
Word is the bunch of
hostile
you
into-
cleared out T-Back mine. As I think you told me, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of you were knee deep in the blood and guts of big spiders, chitins, and the like.
Well, the gatekeeper was not hostile until just recently, so if we can figure out what flipped the trigger.
She seems pretty fucking hostile now.
I want to say when Adlar says that we're all very dangerous under Lauren's breath, she's gonna be like, "I'd be more dangerous as a jaguar."
Look, maybe when this is all said and done, we set up like a little lure or something. Maybe Jaguar comes out, or maybe Kawadan. I'm just saying, be ready. It's dangerous, but we can figure something out.
Well, we're
Thank
glad
you.
to hear that you're so enthusiastic about helping, even
Yes.
if not the Jaguar
No,
necessarily. But
I have been trying to get an answer about this whole situation for a while now. My original plan was to catch Faye and bring it to my father and the elders, force them, to confront the issue. Because as far as us kids go,
well,
I am 96. Okay, I am basically a man.
Out of character, should we just tell him like the truth?
have we not?
No.
What's been omitted?
We have yet to tell them that the elders sent him there to the Guardian.
I am
Or that the
aware.
Guardian.
No, I know. He went on an errand for the elders into the woods. Came
They
back
just
a
didn't
changed
tell him
man.
what the errand was.
And he has been, very
Also, he
not
doesn't-
himself, hard to talk to. So I did
Does
not
he
want to
not-
push the issue.
It seems like he doesn't know the Guardian is the one that keeps the peace between the Fae and.
See, this, no, I did not know. This is deeper mystery of the way.
This is all out of character.
Yeah. This is out of character too. Totally out of character.
Okay.
I am
You'd be
96.
using his voice as being
What-
really.
I am 96 years old. I am not a man yet. In
The
the eyes
Guardian?
of my
Who's
elders.
the Guardian?
The gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, what I said.
Thanks.
He
Pot.
doesn't know what the Gatekeeper is. He doesn't know the fact that the elders technically sent him to the Gatekeeper. And he doesn't. Like, he's not aware that the Gatekeeper wasn't.
I mean, I was going into
Hostile
this
and-
was just like, it got kind of discombobulated because of the order of things that got talked about. But I was just gonna give him as much as we had. So if you want to share that,
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
we're gonna actually tell him the full story. So, I guess this is in character now. So, you're not aware of who the Gatekeeper is, or what the Gatekeeper does.
No. This is likely some adult
So I
shit,
guess-
you know.
Do you want to know or not want to know?
No, tell me, please. I've been begging, like I
Okay.
said. But I am 96. I am too young. Oh, no. You cannot tell Edla. He's too young.
So, don't tell me where you found out.
Could ruin our reputation on the island.
You know, right? Anyways, so
Don't
basically,
really care about talking to the elders anymore, so
the Gatekeeper is
That is not talking to me anyways.
is essentially the mediator or guardian between the Fae and the people that live on the island. Basically, stopping the Fae from abducting people and stopping.
And now,
Which
and
they're
now,
doing
essentially.
now.
and now she's
Hold up.
being a shit.
Give me a second to explain. So apparently there was like offerings of food and stuff to basically as like the bargain.
Yeah,
for
no.
them.
So that part I
And
know.
then-
We do that.
Okay.
That is like child thing. You
So
make the
then-
offering. You plant the trees. You say thank you to the kills. Like
So then like a month ago, she suddenly asked for companion, company, whatever,
okay,
and the elders sent Dota, or
that is why
Dota.
he was sent into the woods.
Yes.
and then
Right.
he came back out as he is now, which according to what we found out is essentially she erased his memories of everything prior to that. So we're
Did
going to
something
find out.
weird.
We're going to find out what happened. Why did she suddenly ask for someone to come in? Why did she erase his memories? What the heck happened? And if she turned evil, then we're going to gang her ass. But
I
if
like
she's
that.
not evil and something happened, then we need to figure out what happened and see if we can fix it.
Yeah, that's the long and
Or-
short of it.
Because if you don't have the gatekeeper, then you're going to have more people disappearing into the Fae. So if we can get through this without losing gatekeeper, then you don't have to renegotiate with the Fae for another gatekeeper.
I think I see your point.
Also, just
Just,
incidentally, we also could learn more about Barnaby's situation, possibly.
That's true. Barnaby basically entered the forest on another continent, lost 5 years, and ended up on another continent.
No
Yeah,
shit.
that wasn't exactly fun.
And
Yeah,
apparently some Fae beast that is part chicken, part cat, part snake, part dragon or something killed his father.
that is much worse than a Kamadan.
That's the drawing that I got.
That is like a whole 2 extra animals.
I know, right? Apparently it
ones,
breathes
too.
fire, not from
Chickens
its
and
ass, though.
dragons. Oof. That's nasty.
So that's where we're at.
So that's kind of the whole story.
Okay.
It sort of came out backwards, but there you go.
Okay, well, that is good clarification. I suppose in a way that explains his father's reticence to involve me in this, but I can't say I appreciate it all the same.
One more thing.
Hmm.
The stings getting stolen were all the Fae being basically ordered by the gatekeeper to steal stuff to send a message to the elders that basically if they don't capitulate and give her another companion, then things are going to escalate.
Oh, so we need to move now.
That's why we're leaving tomorrow morning.
We have a week. We have a week.
But we're leaving tomorrow.
Yes,
Unless there's a reason not to.
we have a
I
week
don't-
before it escalates. So
I don't have one.
we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, if it takes like a day and a half to get there or 2 days, then we only have a week, so just get this done.
Does anybody else want my coffee?
Also, I think
I would hate for it to go to waste.
Dota said don't touch her, as that's how he lost his memory.
Okay.
So I'm assuming physical contact means she can.
I get
Cast
the
some
sense
kind of
from
mojo
these
in you.
creatures that they seem to like to make deals, so just be careful about that too. It goes for everybody, I think.
That
Don't agree
is,
to anything.
That is a fair point. I don't expect I'll be getting close to this thing. I am more comfortable with a bow and arrow than I am, hand to hand. So I will certainly be hanging back. But rest assured, if this thing goes, dark and spooky, I will be ready.
Okay, I think that was everything.
I think I'm honestly going to be probably in the most danger of touching her.
Yeah, you be
But I
careful.
got a
Nico.
You have a 10-foot
I got a
reach.
10-foot pole. I got a 10-foot pole. She's not coming within 10 feet of me.
Well, rules as written, there's nothing stopping her from advancing, but
I have a 10-foot pole.
Just do your job, John.
Can I just
It's
stand
the
in
most
place and
condescending
swing
way
the
to talk to the barbarian. Just do your job.
Do your job.
Can I just stand in place and swing the pole around?
Yeah.
She can't get within 10 feet of me.
Doesn't Sentinel
No.
prevent movement?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that in character.
It prevents it from leaving your.
Leaving.
No, it actually stops moving.
Right, but it's on an opportunity attack, which happens when they leave your range.
Oh,
See, I never understood why it isn't when they enter.
It used to be. It used to be that approaching caused opportunity attacks, but
That's
You
a lot
sure
to
it
track
doesn't still
about.
with Sentinel?
no, they changed it for 5e. It's honestly probably better that way because it's a lot of very fast damage happening, and people being hesitant to enter melee as a result of it. For the health of the game, I think it's probably better. But that's a digression
We
for
could
another
argue
time.
about Pathfinder and 5e all day.
Yeah. So, yeah, Adlar is real fucking on board with this,
Cool.
and he is down to clown. Looks like I'm going back to bed.
Try and get as much sleep as you
Nah.
can.
John's gonna get more pampering.
I'm gonna get more fishing.
I'm gonna go drink. Just in case. One last hoorah.
Out of character question. Did we need to stop by the elders to get the directions, or do we have those already? I don't remember.
They said that when you were ready, they could proffer you with directions to get there.
So first thing in the morning, we're going to meet in front of the elder house.
Are they gonna throw a fit that we have Adlar with us?
Do we have to tell them we have a...
I could make Adlar elsewhere.
I mean,
So we're saying we're gonna meet the elders
Well, we
first
could
and
meet
then
Adlar after we meet with the elders.
or I could just literally follow that to work and be like, "Yo, what's up? I'm going. Bye."
I mean, you can. He's not going to be happy about it. But we don't have the directions. If they don't want
I
to,
haven't
if
been
they don't
happy
want us
for a
to go, we can't go.
Yeah, good point. Okay, never mind.
We will
Never
meet.
mind.
We'll pick you up.
I'll meet you on the edge of town. How's that? I know the road into the jungle is on the north side of town. It's by that nasty old fucking tower, the stone one, Gatewatch Tower.
Yeah, we know the one.
Yeah, I'll meet you at that side. I'm reasonably confident that's the way to go, since that is the road Adlar took to come home.
I think they said it was on the road to the other town on this island, if that's the way.
What on one?
Yeah. So if that's,
That road
if
does
that's the
go
road.
to the jungles to Boranon. There are technically two roads, but the other one follows the coast, so it's probably not that
Probably
one.
not. It's definitely deeper in the island.
I would imagine.
Okay. We'll meet you there in the morning.
Yeah, Adlar's are bored. Let's kill the Gatekeeper. You guys want to go back to the resort, get pampered, get some drinks?
Yep. Go to sleep as
Yeah.
early as we
Get
can
some
and
sleep.
wake up early.
Are there any further preparations you want to make before departing on your journey?
Do we need to
How
refill
much
on
progress
rations?
have I gotten? How much progress have I gotten on my cork earplugs?
It's been a day since you started those, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'd say you're getting pretty close to finish. They're not exactly complicated.
Good.
It's just whittling.
I'm gonna ask the
Um,
bartender something.
Yeah, sure.
Do you? Weird question.
We're back at
Is
the
it
resort.
possible-
Yeah.
Is it possible if there's any kind of liquor that the Fae prefer?
That Fae prefer.
Yeah,
Uh,
I said it was a weird question.
fuck if I know, man.
I just wondered if there
I've-
was like a known thing, or if,
I've never had a Fae come order a drink here. I mean,
I wondered if maybe they stole alcohol sometimes, and they only stole like particular alcohol.
do they steal alcohol?
I don't know. You guys are the Fae Island people.
Dude, I just work here, man. You're fucking fairies stealing shit? Like, what's going on?
You haven't known that there's fairies stealing shit?
No, are there?
Yes.
What the fuck? Dude.
You've been stealing shit for like a month. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, John, I don't think this is supposed to be public knowledge.
I thought everybody knew that.
The barkeeper fucking leans in now. He's like, fairies are fucking stealing shit? Nobody knows? We're gonna tell people.
Well, I mean, if shit is disappearing,
I
who else would
step
be stealing?
away for 1 minute.
I didn't know shit was disappearing, dude. I mean, fuck. What's
What are you talking about? That one person like lost a dress, the other person like lost a comb, the other person lost their tools.
John, I urge you to stop talking.
Are our guests losing shit? That's so bad. Oh my fucking god. We can't tell people that shit at all. No, people stop staying here if they fucking know fucking shit's going missing. Holy shit! Listen, guys, complimentary drinks. Just shut the fuck up. Stop talking about this shit. I gotta go talk to my boss. He will just leave a bottle and some glasses on the counter and walk away because he needs to go find Dornan, or not Dornan.
Just take the bottle and walk away.
Yeah.
Lauren will take the bottle.
Botan, that's who he needs to talk to. But yeah, y'all have the run of the place. If you want to make any preparation before you go.
Out of character, I thought this was like common knowledge that people were blaming the Fae for this.
Yes and no. People are definitely not talking about it openly. Definitely not with the outsiders to the island. And the North Shore Gardens is pretty well outside Gladham. As far as you've heard, they haven't really had any issues with Fae. Their issues were goblin related.
Oh. I thought it was like an island-wide thing. I didn't think
it was happening primarily in town, in Gladham, in the port. The resort, as far as you know, I mean, you could ask Botan. Y'all are on good terms.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll never find out if they have or like a particular alcohol.
Yeah, that's the gatekeeper when you meet her.
I could.
That's true.
Put it on the docket.
I'm gonna.
You just lean over the counter and start grabbing bottles. Like, maybe she'll like this shit.
I'm gonna find like the fruitiest wine. I'm gonna find like the fruitiest alcohol I can find.
Okay. Investigation check.
That's a good question. Let me find out where my investigation amount is. It's 0. Nice. Just like all the other times I ever need anything.
Dope.
14.
14. Okay. I'd say you recall. I think Noelle tried it. A scale fruit liqueur.
Yeah, it was like an island fruit.
Yeah, it's like an opalescent kind of dragon fruit looking thing.
Sure.
Makes for a very, very, very sweet and sour sort of liquor.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So you
That's good.
see a bottle of that and just snag it. Barkeeper's he's too busy.
I'm sure she'll like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Only thing I have is just more bookkeeping, but just restock on rations because it's been a long time.
Okay.
I know we've had food in this resort, but I assume like over the boat and I guess in like the first day or so here.
It was like a 3-day trip by ship here. The first day you guys had a room. You had a little cabana that you were kind of gifted by your captain that you saved.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to worry too much, but I'm just gonna say like 5 rations are gone, and I'll buy up to. I don't know. I'll buy 10 more or something. Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay.
I don't know. It's vague, but I feel like I should probably just restock for the sake of narrative consistency.
That's fair.
I'll buy 8 rations. How much is 8 rations?
8 rations will be 4 gold pieces.
Okay.
So a single ration is half a gold. So
okay, 4 gold. Gotcha.
However much you guys want to stock back up, we'll make it a point over the course of this journey to meet the gatekeeper. We'll track rations. We'll do it this time.
God.
We'll remember. We won't do it ad hoc after the fact. So yeah, buy however many rations you think you need to kind of get yourself back to a comfortable amount for this trip. Any other supplies that you want to pick up before departing on this journey?
I would like to probably, I actually don't think I was there for that conversation. Burberry probably went up to the room and started looking through these books that he picked up.
Okay.
To see if there was any information for the area that I thought we might be heading.
Okay. I will say that determining the general locations of these landmarks won't take a ton of time. That's pretty clear just from like the first chapter of the book where these places are. Mm-hmm. So the Fairy Stone. is along the southwestern beach, along the point of the island that is closest to the mainland. It stands on like a cliff precipice, and it is noted that there is a mirroring stone almost directly across the channel from it on the mainland. You will see that Tol Learnith, I think it was called, is a mountain peak. It is the tallest mountain on the island, and it is in sort of the south central region, just a little bit to the southeast of the Fairy Stone, in fact, of the island. And then the Shining Sands is, from the looks of it, some sort of magical beach not too far from Bornorn, and it's actually regarded as the reason that Bornorn was built where it was.
And then I will ask if
and that is on the far east side of the island.
Gotcha. And then I'll ask if I can read the book that Noelle is currently borrowing.
I was going to actually go over that with you tonight if you wanted.
Oh, yes. That sounds very exciting.
Okay. Sure.
So we'll probably just skim the Fae book and see if there's anything useful in there for what we're about to do.
Okay,
like
sure.
losing of one's self?
Yes, losing memories, making deals, companionship, I don't know.
I'll give you an investigation check with advantage to study this ponderous tome.
15?
15. Okay, not bad. You get a few hours of reading in. I think what you pick up from your readings is that in almost all of these stories, the Fae are noted to be very capricious, mischievous, highly emotional, prone to sort of wild fits of fancy. They can be very vindictive, just very extreme in all things. And the more powerful they are, the more extreme these sorts of behaviors become. You also note that in a lot of cases, they seem to have, while varying in the exact nature of the magic, very strange, alien sorts of magic to what you would be otherwise familiar with. And I think over your reading, you actually do come across a story that mentions a sad little creature that can walk through windows and reappear under your stairs. That very, very closely mirrors your experience with the little potato men in the basement. The Boggles.
There we go.
These are sad, lonely creatures that are able to pass through frames or openings and basically step through them and out of another one within line of sight that they can see. They're known to be, as I said, very sad, very down, drawn to feelings of depression and loneliness, and prone to stealing, which might be perhaps a reason why they were tapped for this particular assignment. But there's other fake creatures out there, some that are able to spin straw into gold, others that are able to take your name if it is offered to them. Some that, through elaborate word games, try to work out a very one-sided deal with mortals that ends up being a very long-term binding contract of patronage. There's a lot of variety in here, but But the consistent note seems to be a certain level of alien thinking, unpredictable, wild emotion, and very strange use of magic.
This is going to be dangerous.
I think I'll be going by Berexi for the next few days.
Which one is that?
Rather than Burberry.
Oh, your
I
name.
think
I see.
we
I thought
should
you were talking
all
about one
have-
of your many, many gods.
Oh,
I think we should all have code names
there should be a
before
Berexi.
entering the forest.
You can call me bro.
Bro.
Can't go
It
with
still
Barn.
works. That's what my name is.
we can't go with Barn.
I
Should
prefer
I
if
be-
you didn't.
I can be Nori.
Like seaweed?
Is that a type of seaweed?
Seaweed seasoning.
Oh.
Nori.
No,
think-
Lori.
think-
Lori.
Lori.
Oh, with an L. Gotcha.
I think for going into the forest, I'll go with Jack.
Guys, I've got it. Why don't I just be a Lauren, and a Lauren could be Noelle, and Barnaby can be Burberry, and Burberry could be Barnaby.
But I'm already Barnaby. Just ask for lettuce.
Wait, no, Noel, you be Jill, so that way you can be Jack and Jill.
Well, something you ate earlier doesn't agree with you very well
Oh,
at
I feel
all.
sick to my stomach.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no. Oh shit! I rolled a 3.
What
I feel
happened?
this, the sudden urge to vacate your bowels violently and feel the need to leave the room. You're in there for a good 20 minutes. Just shitting. Just
What
fucking
god have I
pooping your
angered?
brains out.
Lettuce.
I'm so confused what happened.
I felt that dig. And you have felt my wrath. Anyways,
Montezuma's revenge.
so studying the
Oh.
book of Fey lore. Is there anything else that the party wants to do before bedtime?
A few more rations if I can.
I actually will start reading this romance novel. Just for reading it.
Okay. It's very strange the way this book is framed. It claims to be a historical account, a thorough historical account of the founding of Bornorn, and the alleged history of the Shining Sands. But what you're finding in here is a very heavily dramatized history. I don't know if you ever read Les Mis or even tried to read Les Mis, but it does give very detailed, thorough historical notes of people and places, but it's weaving a story around them, and the story that you're seeing woven around the supposedly accurate details of this Shining Sands beach is a pretty fantastical love story between a Fey princess and a young elvish settler who has recently come to the island seeking his fortune. And he stumbles upon the Shining Sands and sees bathing in the waters just offshore the most beautiful woman he's ever seen in his life. And that's about as far as you get probably before you start to fall asleep. Because before that, it's a good fucking 30 to 40 pages of just the island of Ferrell was first found in blah, 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 and just fucking boring detail. But then the princess appears, and it's a whole thing, right? So yeah, that is what you see in that book. Anything else? Barnaby, I heard rations. Rations are half a gold.
All right.
So however many you would like to replenish. John,
I'm gonna get
Aloran,
the-
anything?
I'll get some rations.
Okay. Half a gold each.
I'm trying to think how many rations I have left. Let me check my inventory.
Oh, maybe before I head back, can I pick up, I don't know, like a trap maker thing?
A trap maker.
Like I want to make a trap for a thing.
For a jaguar.
Yeah.
The bold gas plan.
Okay. Well,
Go to the woods,
there
grab a
are certainly hunting traps that are purchasable. You can also buy like just rope and use that to make a snare trap. One of them is going to be significantly cheaper, but one of them is also going to be a lot sturdier. So, I mean, it's kind of how do you want to approach this trap situation? What is your plan exactly? Are you going to set up like a box with a stick and string and just wait for a jaguar to come out and try and? Are you just going to buy like a big cardboard box and set it out at the edge of the jungle?
Maybe.
If you want to go buy like an empty shipping crate.
Add some catnip in
Technically work.
I'm cool
Add
with
some
that.
catnip in the bottom of it.
Yeah. Or like a steak.
Put some real gar in there as well to fend off that other thing.
Okay. Yep. However you want to do it, Lauren. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Can I like think on it?
Okay. Yeah. We'll just say that Lauren, at some point before she goes to bed, secures the purchase of some manner of jaguar trap. And yeah,
Panel of lasagna with a rope around it.
a pan of lasagna. Really big pan. It's a jaguar. It's a big cat.
Cats do love lasagna.
They do.
Uh,
John, anything else beyond rations?
I actually have enough rations. I have 14 rations still, so.
Okay.
Uh,
If that's everything, then eventually the party will make their way to bed and wake up early in the morning, ready to head out and confront the gatekeeper.
Bum, bum.
to the elders.
So, to the elders. Approaching the elders' house, I will say that there is still a decent number of kind of honor guards standing around, keeping perimeter around the longhouse there. And as you approach, you will see the familiar face of Trabelar, who kind of waves to you guys as you approach and kind of walks up and says to you, "You are a little early. I think they should be here in half an hour or so, but you're welcome to wait here if you like."
Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Sure.
You want a drink? He'll kind of offer a
Who are
little
we
flask.
talking to?
This is the guard that walked you over to Doto's house.
Oh, right. I'm all right, thank you.
Sure. How'd that go, actually, yesterday, by the way? Is he doing okay?
As well as it could have, I think. He's still not himself, but
No.
we'll see if that changes.
I have to say, I'm glad to see somebody doing something about it. It's good to see. You guys are really sticking your neck out for us, and I appreciate that immensely.
Well, we're just glad to help.
He just kind of nods and smiles, kind of glances over to the other guard standing on the other side, who is perhaps less than pleased looking about the whole situation, the group of outsiders being dragged into elvish business. But you guys pass the next half hour in light conversation. At one point, Aloran, with your 17 perception, you will notice Adlar kind of making his way out of that side street where you know his residence is. Kind of gives you a small way for slinking along the perimeter of the square towards the north side of town.
I'll just give him a little nod.
And about 15 minutes after that, you will see making his way towards you down from that same road, Ginlamin, the elder who spoke extensively with you the day before.
Right.
And he will raise a hand in greeting as he approaches. So, it looks like you are ready to go. How are we feeling?
As ready as we can be.
Well, you are doing us a great service, and I think I speak for much of the people of the island when I say that we are very, very grateful that this is being handled at last. So, is there anything that I can do to assist before you set off? Anything you need?
Is there anything
Questions
else
you
you
need
can tell us
answered?
about who we are meeting?
I have made the journey into the forest once in my life. I have met the Gatekeeper for a brief 5 minutes. In that time, she struck me as a very powerful woman, but fair. Even killed. She did not strike me as the type to do what she did to Roto. Which is why I believe that something has happened between the Fae that we have not been made aware as of yet. So, for what it's worth, I think it best you keep your wits about you. Be as diplomatic as you can and careful in your dealings with them. As I say, they are powerful.
We will do our best. Also, I'd like to insight check just to make sure.
Okay. You really don't trust this guy.
I rolled that one. That's fine.
All right.
It's too early. Can't read micro expressions.
He's sounds earnest.
Okay. All right, we just need to know the way.
Well, it is not a complicated trek, but it is a little precarious. As I say, it can be done in a day and a half, but if you need to slow down, catch your breath, move slowly, to be careful, I do not blame you for this. So you are going to chalk probably halfway to Boranon. It is almost from now until the time you reach the turnoff is probably past midday. Well before sunset, though, mid-afternoon. There's a spot in the woods where you can see standing stones, stacks, to the trees to the north.
Mm-hmm.
There is a faint channel you can sort of see passing between the trees and these stones. This is the path you take. Very overgrown, but it is there. You follow those stones. Eventually, you will find yourself at the foot of a bridge. This bridge spans a gorge. Very deep, very steep sides. The bridge is passable, but as I say, precarious. Broken in sections. There is vine work in place to assist, but if you feel the need to climb down and back up, I do not blame you. Just be careful. If you are caught out there close to dark, you steer clear of any lights you see. All right? After the bridge, There's an ancient road that leads from there to the jungle for about an hour or two. Eventually, the land begins to fall. You will hit the broken stairs, switchbacks down a precipice. Very narrow, very slick. Take them slowly, carefully. After that, it's another hour to the Gatekeeper's watch. Straight shot to the field of standing stones. Past the switchbacks, you are probably going to see some fae out in the woods. There are plenty of their kind that inhabit the border realm down there. Just mind yourselves, be careful. Try not to pick any fights if you can avoid it, you know? Eventually, you will reach a circular stones around a great tree. Beneath the tree, there's a cave, and out of the cave pours the mists of the Feywild. The Gatekeeper lives there. Through there, I surmise, is the passage into the wilds itself. Now, I've never been. My place is here, but if things go well, perhaps she may be willing to assist you in your hunt for this creature that killed your father, Mr. Barnaby.
That would be nice to find out.
Whatever
I got
does
some
happen,
words for that thing.
I would imagine. Whatever does happen there, just as I say, keep your wits about you. Be careful in your dealings with these creatures. They're like us, but very, very much more, you know.
Fancy like.
That's a way to put it, I suppose.
I think we're ready to head out.
Well,
Wish us luck.
Over the river and through.
I will be praying for your safe return. He will clasp each of your hands in turn and mutter a small, quick prayer in Elvish under his breath as he does. For those of you who speak Elvish, you will catch may you find the way. And with that, he will step back and allow you to depart.
Let's go find Adlar.
Woo. He's not terribly hard to find. As you guys head north past the watch station, you will see Adlar standing pretty close to the edge of the jungle, just off the road. He kind of steps out from behind a tree as he sees you guys and gives you a little wave. He's a little more dressed than you've seen him thus far. He's got pretty sturdy looking leather tunic on, bracers, leather greaves, and over his back he's got a quiver and a long bow strung up, as well as a small satchel with what looks to be provisions and a handful of supplies. All ready? He says.
I will take out my notebook and show him the directions that the elder gave us, and just see if he recalls anything like that, landmarks.
These sound familiar. He'll indicate the stacks of stones off the main road.
Okay.
But this is all new to me. I have generally avoided the ruins out here. They tend to attract large predators. They're good layers, you know.
Well,
Bad for hunters.
That's where we're headed. Hopefully we can sneak by.
Well, it's good to know, I suppose, that there are no large ruins out that way. At least not dwellings, it sounds like.
Right.
A bridge, a road. Seems pretty manageable. You got rope?
I do.
Yes.
Good. I got rope too. Let's do this. Onward. And together, the six of you will head off down the dirt road, plunging into the jungles of Pharaoh. And that's where we'll leave off until next time. So, good work.
Dragon Ball Z.
You're well on your way. On the 33rd of Inanama.
Yeah, on our way.
We got there.
All right, cool. So, MVP, anybody got a nominee?
I love Burberry.
Noel?
Burr.
Not for Noel.
Aw, you guys. Got a room.
We are friends, Plant. Come on.
Excuse me, I wouldn't disrespect her like that.
Anybody else got any votes?
So we got 2 for Noel and 1 for Burberry.
One and one so far.
Well, no, I said Noel as well.
Okay, 2 and 1. Aloran, David, anything?
Burberry.
Burberry, 2 and 2. Aloran, tiebreaker.
Lord votes to Lord for cat obsession.
Yes. Noel.
All right. Noel, enjoy your inspiration. Or pass it along if you already have one.
I do not, so I will take it. Good time to
Too
have
bad for the rest of you. For support, I think the party group up does a pretty good job of giving us our support points for the evening. So Noel and Burberry. And then Aloran, John, and Barnaby. That should pretty well cover us on that front there.